Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Welcome. I am Hazel. I am your friendly neighborhood gremlin. We need one of these. You know what? I'm not even gonna put those in yet. I need to just slam the. I've got like a fifth of a bowl of cereal left, and I just got to make this go away. Hang on a second. I'm so sorry. Alright, if we've vanquished our milk mustache, it is time to stream. Hello! Happy that the VOD versions of these streams now also on YouTube. I saw that and I thought, oh, I should go check and see if the latest one turned out, if it like made it on there. It did, more or less. Why do you need Americans to use up their internet bandwidth? I have questions. Hey everyone, it's Hazel. Hello. Happy Sunday. Got Joaquin on your first try, Janahita. Holy smokes. That's some lucky. No, I had to. I'm hungry. Cereal gun done. Coffee next. Water good. Hydrate, always good. Got your Ghoulie Snail Mental today. Congratulations. All pets and mounts and the meta. You're done. Do you feel sad to leave it behind? Are you gonna miss it here? Jamie Lee, thank you for the 47-month resub. Happy 47 months, Hazel. Where does the time go? /played. Kind of cereal you mentioned, partial to the cashew stuff. I'm a Raisin Bran girl. I'm a straight up 2 scoops Raisin Bran kind of person. I've been on many different cereal grinds in my life, but that's the one that I pick for me. And then I eat that, and then I go and make my Raisin Bran muffins. I don't know, it's just yummy. Okay, we have. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're settled in. Now it's not so different from bed that we left so recently. You dessert in the morning. Fun choice. Why do I feel judged? It's not like I said I'm eating Cocoa Puffs for every meal. And even if I did, it's nobody. I mean, I wouldn't say it's nobody's business. I just told you, which makes it like marginally your business. But I reserve the right to eat my cereal. Jeez. I am gonna put on 1 buff, and then I'm gonna put on 2 buffs, and then I'm gonna go loot stuff. That's how we do it. I am 25 of 50 treasures looted. Oh, there we go. 25 of 50 Scroll Hunter treasures looted. And that is the main thing that we're grinding here today, because we finished, face it, the only 3 achievements I have left for my meta are Scroll Hunter, thus the scrolls. Librarian. Oh, hey. Wait. Pop another one. Librarian, which needs just luck, basically. And then Doorbuster, which is just time. I could cheese Doorbuster and get it done right now by just sending these keys to an alt to open the doors, but I don't care that much. We're gonna... If I find the last book, then next week, then I will probably do that so I can just get the whole thing finished. But failing that, I'm not too worried. I miss having Cocoa Puffs for breakfast. I thought Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs were the best. There's a good hyper spawn spot to kill enemies for scrolls too. Oh, okay. I don't think I wanna go that route. I'm enjoying the treasure farm. I got lucky real early, which I'm taking as a sign from the heavens that I'm on the right path. I kind of also want to be looting herbs, and I don't know why I want that. I don't need the gold. What? I swore to myself that I would learn this one, and then I would either get it or I wouldn't. Yeah, it's this cave here. I think. No, it's not. It's a lie. Sometimes it's that cave. Darn it. I'm never going to make it to Vrack and the Hunter. The good news. I mean, there's lots of good news. There's always good news. I'm going to get, more Elemental overflow. Ah. What if, in order to learn all these caves, what I needed to do was hand draw a map, kind of like you do in school when they're trying to teach you about ancient Mesopotamia, and then, like, label all of the different caves, and then, like, color it in with colored pencils, and then that way I would definitely remember it. Because I would have done my homework. That's what I really, you know, forgot to do when the Forbidden Reach came out, is I didn't do my homework. Okay. There's one. We have... Yeah, we're in good shape. I guess I'm just gonna keep cracking these scrolls as I get them. But then once again, we'll turn in all of the stuff. Oh, nice and close by. We'll turn in all of the stuff at the end of the day. So it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend is going to plan. Or against plan if your plans were no fun, but your weekend is fun. Mysterious... Oh, yes. This one's going to be inside of here. Q and Solo Shuffle fell 200 rating. Oh, happens to the best of us. Do I want a new transmog for today? Maybe not. This one's pretty comfy. This one's looking good. Howdy. Howdy. Hey, Hazel. Happy Sunday. Hello. Happy Sunday. Attach it into fab. We don't get a lot of fab here on the western side of the globe. We should. It's fun. It's a fun word. Bone pile. I've had luck with scrolls from all manner of places. You know, I've had luck getting them from rares and getting them from random mobs and getting them from small treasures. But I think, and I haven't been recording any, like, you know, hard data or anything. I think that just for sheer ease of finding with the Reliquary Scroll of Perception and the numbers, I think the small treasures have been doing best for me. The rares are nice, but they take longer. But they're good for, like, big dumps of elemental overflow, which you do need if you're gonna keep buying the stuff. Oh, I'm pretty pleased with this. Happy Sunday. Alright, I wanna get myself just zooming somewhere. Maybe we'll do a nice leisurely lap around the south half of this and we can have some coffee. Morning. I bet she'll come over in a little bit. I need to dig up the larger ends for these earbuds. I remember the bigger ones didn't fit super good either, but these ones are for sure falling out. The weather looked, at an initial glance, lovely outside. We've had a couple of gloomy rainy days and windy days, and it looks like it might just be nice and bright and sunny, which I could get on board with. Well, that's a bubble poppy. As far as I know, I'm not going to find a scroll in there, but we are over the halfway point for Scroll Hunter. Yesterday, in a 3-hour stream, we got somewhere in the order of, like... Actually, 9? I think 9 was the answer, if I'm recalling the stuff that we turned in. I think it was 4, 4... No, 4, 4, 2, and 2 would make 12, actually. In a day. Not so bad. You can do it in 5 days if you're really cranking down. So, Entrix and Pyrachnus are not my friends. In a lack of other rares that are up, it wouldn't hurt to hop into a rare farming group for a bit too with these buffs up. Coffee, good. There we go. I currently have... Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff up there. I'm not so stressed about the Forbidden Hordes anymore because we got all of those sorted out. I have 95 keys for the vaults. 95 vault keys on me, so I'm not going to be running low on those anytime in the immediate offing. I want to know where they're going. They said chest. I guess maybe they're going into the... I suppose I could go into the War Crash if a bunch of other people are also doing it. And if I get to leave. I don't want to stay there. It's dark. It smells funny. I don't trust the mushrooms. Hi, kitty. You want to come see me? You want to come hang out? Oh, no, that's a hard no. Alright, see you later. Lorn reserves. Down. Oh, no, not quite down there. I swear I'm not just using this group to shard hop so that I can treasure hunt. I think I'm dilly-dallying about going in. Oh, you do want to come up here. Oh, there we go. Scroll number 2. Oh, we'll pop another one of these, but I need to see about doing, I need to see about getting some more, elemental overflow, because at this rate I am going to run out of, overflow, and I'm gonna run out of the scrying crystals. The Druid Entrix feels like cheating. Just run past everyone. The trouble, though, sometimes with that is that what if you get there and then you're all alone? And then Entrix still... I mean, I guess if you're like if you can solo it, but I have tried that before. Not necessarily with the stealthing part, but I've tried soloing it, and I've had some real struggles. Hey, Volky. I think I need to scoop the box real quick. One sec. Sorry. Okay. Keep up this pace. You're gonna be done with Scroll Hunter today. If I do 12 today, that gets me to 38. I would need one more day. I would need 2 days like yesterday to get the whole thing done. All right, we're going into the crush. We're gonna meet up with the crew. Since I'm not a healer, I think getting 1800 will be hard before May 2nd. It could be. Oh, there's people. It's dangerous. I'm gonna sit here and wait for my parents. Spider, yeah, it's Pyrachnus. Well, I might be able, if it's only at 80%, I can make it. Although they're all looting stuff. Run, they say. They're all looting stuff, so. Are they running 2 Entrix, though, is the question. If that's the case, then I'm gonna have to catch up with them later. Underground death roll. Yeah, I made most of my gold this time around with alchemy. I've done various different gold making strategies in the past, but this time around it was definitely alchemy. Addon makes the mini chest appear on the map. That's actually an item that you buy for 2,000 overflow off of Dela, who's the Dragonscale Expedition vendor in the Forbidden Reach. It's a 1 hour buff from a consumed item that you buy for that 2k overflow, but it marks them on your map, which is stunning and necessary. I think, well, now I'm conflicted because they're still fighting Pyrachnus. People are, ugh. I missed my window. Got the final components for the Mossy Mammoth this week. It was not in my vault. My vault, and I opened every single door this week. I did not have the speck of bronze dust, and I know I'm not the only one. It could be because of a lot of reasons, but I'm choosing to just not worry about it too much and keep doing vault and hope for the best. The chickadee calls in Dragonflight audio are hilarious. How did Azeroth get chickadees? Azeroth can have dragons, it can't have chickadees? So are they doing the Forbidden Horde? Oh, this is open. I see. This has been looted already. Gallicat, okay. I'm in combat. Uh-oh. Don't sever my magic. I'm so greedy. This is so inadvisable. I am, yep. let's just take the spirit res. Don't go back in the cursed cavern. Hi, sweetie. And then try and at least to keep your buffs. That is one nice thing that I've just learned this exact moment. Those buffs are kept when you die, so that's something. Alright, let's try and get to Galakat. The good news is I did not need that Forbidden Spoils for the achievement. We already got the Forbidden Spoils achievement locked down. That's a different problem. Can never tell if it's from the open window or the game. I was watching an episode of Alone, and I was hearing like these really crazy seagull noises, and I was like, well, that's weird. I'm watching a season where they're on a lake, like an inland lake, and I'm not saying there would not be any seagulls, but it's a little strange. And then I paused it, and I realized that they were my seagulls from real life and actual sound that were just outside. No spoilers. No spoilers. We've affectionately dubbed the black-capped chickadees the cheeseburger birds. Cheeseburger. I don't know if I'm going to be able to unhear that. Family calls them the exact same thing. Got the bronze thing in the vault this week. How good is 60-second res sickness? I actually use it now. It's nice. It's, you do pay for it more in gold. Your repairs are going to be more gnarly than they used to be, but, you know, that's how I pay for my sins. Alright. Aw. Sweet, sweet girl. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I need that hand for a second. I gotta mount up. 600 gold repair bill last time. Okay, there's Gorgoth. I, yesterday, after the enlightening conversation we had on stream, went out and moved those horse chestnut saplings, which I guess is what they are, out of my flower and vegetable planters, and then I scrounged up their own planters for them. I was looking into all of the various properties, history, capacities of horse chestnut trees, and decided that I can, you know, limp them along in containers for a while, maybe like 2 years. And then if I want to try, I can make some subpar or I can try to do some subpar bonsai trees. But I should not plant them in the ground anywhere unless I'm prepared to get like a 200+ foot tree. And that you should not eat horse chestnuts because they are not nice. Animals can get away with eating them because they're better than me, but apparently not so good. Poisonous on the poison control website. Happy they weren't sacrificed right away. They may or may not survive their transplanting. Both of them had a pretty decent taproot already that sustained some amount of damage in the transplanting process. Especially one of them got transplanted twice because I moved it once before I knew what it was, and then I moved it again once I realized that I had planted the seed of an enormous tree. So, but I just like growing things. Back in the day when I was doing the lemon trees, I didn't really have any strong delusions that I would get lemons out of them, especially because it was I wasn't doing a graft or anything. I was just growing a whole plant from seed. But it's just fun to grow things. Veltrax, alrighty. If you click the item quickly enough, you can potentially get to. I've heard this, yeah. People were mentioning it yesterday on stream that you can kind of double click and get to and get double credit. It's something I'm gonna not do. I don't think it's wildly dangerous to do account action wise in the grand scheme of things, but just for my own, just for me, I'm just gonna, I think, leave it be. This is going at a reasonable pace without it. I'm bad with plants. One of the frost mages in the Scroll Squad had me name one of their monsters instead. For a brief moment, I misread that. as I'm in bed with plants, and I'm imagining that your home is just like a hammock in a jungle, and you've just got, you know, big old banana leaves shading out the sun so that you can sleep in. Brown thumb, like to plant some native plants behind my apartment. I watched a video of someone trying to touch a moose. Yeah, some people miss the Darwin section of biology class. Holy moly! Hi, kitty cat. You're being very cute this morning. I mean, you're cute every morning, but hello, good morning. Look at this little sunshine. Hi. Thanks. Okay, any luck? Any scrolls? Nope. We're looking for scroll number 20. Well, I was going to say 28, but I think I might need to pop one or loot a treasure. Maybe not. Maybe I'm looking for 28. We have a gentleman who brings flowers by our store often. One day the flowers he brought stopped flowering. Thought it was dead. Coworker saw it and nearly had a heart attack. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, okay, so there's a treasure over here. And I might be able to make it to the rare. They take a second. I feel like you got some time to divert a tiny bit. Yeah, I am a bit of a plant scavenger that way, but usually I'm just scavenging the pots. Usually if somebody's chucked something, I guess in that case you would know the history of it, but I don't trust it to not have some form of like blight or vermin, so I'll just scavenge the pot and clean it out real good. Oh, a loot specialist. Don't mind if I do. That's how you find a loot specialist. Sheer raw luck. Primal string. I was gonna go do. There was an avian trove, and then I need to actually go back to the rares. There we go. You're doing. We can make it. Have I main dragon all of Dragonflight so far? I have. I've been largely a healing dragon, preservation evoker. Although I have done the odd raid knight and raid boss, including some of the later heroic ones as devastation, here and there when needed. All right, everybody's leaving, so I'm feeling like that one's done. There's a treasure over here. Okay. Turned up at the best time to see a cat getting petted. Thought it was common knowledge that moose were dangerous. Apparently not. I guess for somebody that's only ever seen them like on Christmas ornaments or something, then you might just think it's just like a big deer. But even deer are not a great idea to approach and start messing with, especially in the wrong, you know, season or situation or whatever. These things are big. Let them be. Love the Forbidden Reach. It's like Timeless Al, except you can fly. Yeah, I love the deer, but I cross. Well, I don't know if I cross the road. I get out of their way basically. I will tip my hat and then say hello because I don't want to be rude, and then I'll, you know, skirt around them and give them some room. Enjoy wildlife from afar. Can fight any of them. I don't know what I could or could not fight, and I think my entire life is a big, intricate mission to not find out. I think I will consider myself to have spent my time and energy quite well if at the end of my life I haven't really needed to physically combat much, you know, in terms of life or death struggles with animals or people. Okay. Keys. How many vault keys do you need to open all the doors? What are we saying, Chad? Is it 29 or 28? Something in that range for a week. And then next week you'll get another one. When I hear combat, I think martial arts, which is fun. Yeah, that's true. And that can also be exercise, and it can be meditation, and it could probably be social too. Lots of good stuff going on there. Ooh, treasures, treasures. Before I even tag Volcanak, I'm going to see if I can loot this. Yeah, I'm not in combat. Hey, knowledge scroll. Alright, so I'm gonna pop that, and then I'm gonna confront the knowledge that I'm out of scrying crystals, so we're gonna need to go buy some more. Derailed a more profound discussion. Not really. Somebody mentioned watching a video of somebody attempting to touch a moose, and we were discussing the ill thought out nature of that. Have I ever done any martial arts? Never. Not once. I at one point was considering Tai Chi, which is, it's not a martial art, but that wouldn't be really, I wouldn't be trying to spar with anybody. Yeah, no, nobody's practicing martial arts on Moose. That Moose is gonna martial art you right back. Moose is gonna martial art you to the Shadow Realm. They're big. They're big. Hi, Ganny. You're much smaller than a moose. Is that why we get along? Just because you're little? I like big cats too, although if I see like a cougar outside, I'm definitely not gonna try and pet it. Is solo shuffle friendly for those who are inexperienced, hoping to get a vicious saddle? So, there's multiple definitions of friendly. Oh hey, I got a knowledge scroll even without a scrying crystal. I'm sick. There's multiple definitions. On one hand, it's mechanically pretty friendly because you can just kind of, once you have your PvP item level up anyways, you can just kind of get into it and you queue in and people aren't really going to kick you because they can't. And if they leave, they're going to tank their own rating. So you kind of have this easy way, and it might have a long queue time if you're a DPS, but you have an easy way to get in, see how it works, try your best, and then try again. If you mean friendly in terms of other people being kind and respectful, that's a tougher proposition. People are many things in solo shuffle chat. Respectful is sometimes one of them, but usually not so much. So it's a bit of a question of how upset are you going to be if with verbal confrontation in the chat window, because there's gonna be some of that. There's also gonna be other people that are just right on the same beginner level as you, and some of them will be like, oh, you know, I'm learning, I'm doing my best, thanks guys, and then some of them will be in denial about their skill level and they will blame everything on anybody else ever. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. I would encourage you to still do it and still try it. And then if chat's giving you a hard time, just tab at it, chat. Just go look at your combat log for a while. Don't worry about it. They can't get you from there. But it's easier to get into and to actually get into games than regular rated because you don't have to group find. Oh, I got some lackluster spices. Nice. Speaking of which, I need to restock on spices. And I need to restock on knowledge scroll thingies. We're up to 28. Solo queue is a pretty fun way to burn time late in the season. I had a wonderful time. I had a great time. It was occasionally fun. It was occasionally frustrating. It was mostly just really satisfying. Especially, I think I hit it in kind of this good window in my life where I have PvP experience, but I'm rusty, like it's old PvP experience, and I hadn't really played much in months and months, so that de-rusting is, you know, a little bit cathartic. It's kind of nice to feel it coming back after some time and effort. I want people to be kind and respectful, but not recommend the internet in general. I think we do okay here. I think that it's possible, and I think that kind and respectful on the internet is a worthy goal that we shouldn't give up on just because it's hard. Sometimes there's nice people in solo shuffle. Sometimes there's funny people in solo shuffle. I say, be the solo shuffle chat you want to see in the world. You know, encourage people. If you see them getting hard on themselves, be like, you know what? It happens. We're gonna do our best and try again. And you know, GG's. It's you can. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's very funny because sometimes you'll really cheer somebody up, and then sometimes somebody will go, what the Yeah, it's a wide variety of characters to meet, and the only one you get to choose how they act is you, so. Yeah, that stuff being memorable is a problem. That's the truth. I remember things that people have said from months, years ago, that just, you know, leave a bad taste in your mouth that you just, you know, you don't want to carry it around with you. You've got better things to do with your brain cells than hold that kind of energy with you. But sometimes it just kind of sticks. Spoiled Bat, thank you for the 19-month resub. Hazel, thanks as always for all the content and chill streams. Appreciate your company while I work on homework. Word on the street is that the 10.1 family battler in the caverns is brutal. Alright. Good news. I keep saying that. I've said that like 5 times today. I'm going to come up with a new phrase. The bright side. Wow, you really reinvented the wheel with that one. The bright side is that I'm finished with the first one. I think that might have gotten overwhelming if I had still procrastinated on Lady Feathersworth, but I did get myself Lady Feathersworth, so I think after Ashira, I'm going to just pop back to the vendor and pick up some more scrying crystals, and then, because I can afford 3 of them. And then catch back up with the group. Did I use all my scrolls? Yeah, I did. I loot all my scrolls. Now we got 1 more. So that'll be 29. Scrying crystals give you a increased chance to loot sealed scrolls, the ones that you need for Scroll Hunter. And then the scrying crystal buff is consumed whenever you loot one. It's not a guarantee that you'll get one, and it's kind of unclear to what degree they're raising the drop rate, because I've seen them drop readily enough without it, and they don't drop crazy often with it, but you know, it's one of those things where once you've kind of, you don't really need your overflow for anything else, you may as well. Don't hold the nasty comments in my memory. I take screenshots so I know who to be mad at. And Scroll Hunter is one of the achievements that is part of the Forbidden Reach meta achievement, which grants a title that I want, and also, you know, might come in handy later. Scroll Hunter is the widely considered to be the hardest part of it, or at least the longest grind part of it, because these sealed scrolls don't drop crazy often, and you need 50 of them, and then you gotta go loot the treasures that they mark on your map. I am 28 in. When I loot that red X, I'll be at 29. But I'm out of those scrying crystals, so I gotta go buy. I can afford 3 more, and we can do that. The scrying crystals you buy off of this green dragon here, and then you also want to get the map buff off of the dwarf. You want to get the reliquary scroll of perception too, so you can see the small treasures. So give me 1, 2, 3, and then let's hope that I can afford more by the time I run out of those. Let's pop up the buff, looks like that. Increased chance to find a sealed scroll from treasures and encounters while exploring the Forbidden Reach. Effect consumed on loot. Let's see if we can make it back to Oakbeard. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Man, some days the coffee just hits just right. Do you not get the Merc one as well? I haven't tried that. I haven't tried that. It seems like maybe not a bad idea. I don't know much about it. Maybe I'll mess around with that after I exit this rare hunting group, because this seems like there's just, you know, there's rares up and it's not a big deal. It's not often that I find myself with a lack of rares to kill, and if I do, I can usually join a group that has some up, so it doesn't seem as vital, but it might be handy, especially if you're kind of like in between things. So they're going to do Duzalgor after this. Collecting scrolls was the single worst part of the meta achievement. You like the Naga that turns people into crabs. I miss the stabby crabs from Nazjatar. I haven't seen one in a while. I guess I have pets. I can bring them back. Ooh, Primal Trinket. Okay. But doing all these rares at least once is nice, because it's gonna really help me restock on the overflow I need to get all these buffs. I'm gonna remember to buy the thing. Or not buy the thing, just pick up the thing. 1 for me. Safety first. Look at me learning. It's Crazy. Crazy. I was looking through my... I don't know if I want to call it a bullet journal. I feel like that gives it too much credit. I was looking through my little book where I write down stuff that I'm not supposed to forget that I sometimes forget anyways. And I was trying to get inspiration because... Oh. No! Oh dear. Speaking of things that you forget. Sometimes you have the button, you just don't press it. Anyways, I have this idea that the journal's not worth using because I end up like going through big periods of time where I'm not using it. Sometimes I get things done without it. And I have this idea that all I was doing was just writing down big lists of things that I wouldn't do. So I was basically going back and looking through some archives of some times when I was using it regularly, and I was like crossing things off the list to see what types of things I was crossing off and how well that was going, to kind of like remind myself that, hey, this, you know, it's not perfect, but it's better than not doing it. And I was looking through my archives and I found this one page, and it was from like October. And the entry, the little thing, the little item on the to-do list said, purchase frog book. And it had a little square next to it, and then I'd highlighted in that square to indicate that I had indeed purchased the frog book. And I have no idea what that means. What's a frog book? Is it a book about frogs? I don't know very much about frogs, so if it was, I can't have read it. What? That's not a thing. And maybe I'm just misreading my writing, but it's fairly neat in that section. There really isn't anything else that I can interpret that to mean. And I don't know why I would have wanted a frog book. I don't know what a frog book would have done for me. I must have one because it says I bought it. It was the book you read to prioritize things. Oh my god, you're right. You're right. You're right. I was thinking of an actual frog. You're totally right. It was a metaphorical frog. Yeah. Maybe the lesson there is don't put all of your hope in the latest self-help book because you've read all of them and you're still the same person. What a memory. Eat the frog. Thank you. I don't know how you remembered that when I didn't, but I'm impressed. VIP, holy. Slim Shady AFK, thank you for the 39-month resub. Mystery solved. Yeah, the frog thing worked for me for like 2 weeks, maybe? Like I had like, maybe not even 2 weeks, maybe like 9 days where I was like really, I had it together. I was getting things done. I was feeling good. And every time that I have like a streak like that, I'm like, yes, I figured it out. My life's about to change. And then I get all excited and then it all falls apart. And again, I'm like, oh, never mind. Oh, shucks. Oh, jeez, here we go again. Crowdsourced memory, living in sci-fi. I remembered because after you talked about that book, I bought it. Did it do any good for you? It did me good for a little bit. Show off. I know, right? And, you know, in between streaks of having it together, I'll have varying degrees of having it together, but... Trying to get Divine Kiss of Inara, I just need 2 more breaths. You don't ride it, you turn into it. I don't know if I knew that, actually. I don't have it yet. I have one breath, so I think I need 2 more also. Somebody in the raid chat for this rare hunting group is like, what is the best way to get more keys? And somebody else is like, this. Yeah, more or less. Not gonna need more keys after this. I think I was gonna say I just hit around 100, but nope, that's only as high as they stack. We have 105 because they only stack to 100. This is a piece of information that I didn't know before that I do now. Also, I've lost a chance to get onto a water map. Go to the chest. Forbidden Horde? Yeah, okay. In 15 minutes, it will be snail goo time. In 15 minutes, it will be snail goo time, so that'll be good. I am at 29 of 50 for leftover elemental slime. I'm curious about whether I finish I'm very curious about whether I end up finishing Scroll Hunter first or the gooey Snail Elemental, because the Snail Elemental is kind of time gated. Like, you can only do it once every 2 hours. I'm really only doing it on stream. I haven't been logging in off stream to work on it. Oh, hey, knowledge scroll. Nice. Okay. And then we're gonna pop another scrying crystal. And you can very easily get unlucky and then need to do it like a lot of times because you can get variable amounts of goo. So they're looting it. I wonder if it'll still be there or if it's going to hit its loot limit. My sealed keyring bag. It's normal and okay to not have things together. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think that sometimes you can't worry too much about other people's standards for having it together. There's nothing here anymore. That makes sense. I think there's a limit to how many people can loot it. Entrix. No thank you. I will catch up with you guys. Oh, I suppose if they're all going in, I'll go in with them. The last thing I need to do is decide that I am going to go get Entrix after all, and then do it like late after all the mobs are already like back or reset or something. So, fine. Fine. I have the pedal ready because I bought it because I didn't want to come back here. Making great progress with the scroll. Snail will probably take longer. Yeah, I am past the halfway point with Snail though. And I feel like if I get really close, then I'm gonna start logging in off stream. Like then I'm gonna, especially because if it's every 2 hours, here's the thing. I'm home all day. You know, every once in a while I'll go buy groceries or something, but I, by and large, even if I'm not usually on WoW all day, I have the capacity to be on WoW all day. I have the option if I'm willing to neglect everything else enough to do that, which, you know, sometimes you're neglecting everything else anyways. It's just a question of what particular flavor of neglecting you're using. Oh, 1 to 4 for each elemental type, but if you did all 4, you're done for the day. Okay. Okay. That almost makes me want to... Oh, hey, I finished the War Crush quest. That almost makes me want to make sure I'm doing it 4 times a day instead of just once a day. We all have the Fiend inside. Yeah, my Fiend's been winning for years. I think I'm in a bit of a paradox. And I'm not saying there's no solution, and I'm working on it, and I've been working on it forever, but where I am somebody that just, even though I like being self-directed, and I do well being self-directed, I don't do well without structure. And my life inherently has almost no structure, just because of how flexible content creation is. And you can build in structure and accountability, but doing it in a way that you respect when you made up all the rules yourself is something that I've continually struggled with forever and ever and ever. And I don't think that I'm like really. I think it's just kind of like a combination of the way that I've always been being exacerbated by the world that I find myself living in. I wish I could be home all day. Today will be my 14th day in a row working. Oh, I hope you can get some days off soon too. Warden Entrix is up there. I saw somebody loot a knowledge scroll just off of a mob. That's kind of cool. I know that's possible, but it always impresses me whenever I see it. Can I loot a knowledge scroll off a mob? No, just a little overflow. I'm gonna switch my Paladin alt back to protection spec from Ret. Find prop more fun even if I don't run group content on him. You gotta do you. You gotta live your life. People do outdoor content as tank spec. I'm always excited, especially if I'm questing on like a squishier character. I always enjoy seeing a tank that's just kind of rounding up a bunch of stuff that I can swing by and help AoE down. It's good stuff. That was delicious. I have Plater. One of the features of it is it can show you the interrupt author. So when a kickable spell is kicked, it'll actually show the name of the player that kicked it briefly. And it's funny sometimes in these rare hunting groups because you'll just have like tons of people with all kinds of different names. And every now and then you'll be killing rare and you'll be like, wait, interrupted by who now? And there'll just be like a wild name that you either are surprised that somebody has managed to continue walking around with or just something really funny. Videos are amazing. Oh, shucks, thanks. I appreciate that. Water's good. Hazel recommends hydration. Shocking wild hot takes from streamer. I got another salamander. Oh, I should offer it in trade. Here, I'm gonna try and put it somewhere so that if somebody does open trade to ask for it. Oh, there you go. And then I'll do that. There we go. Somebody got it. Woo! Have you heard of the new interrupt meta? You only interrupt things that target you. Somebody said, I'll take it depending on what you want. Oh no, it's already... Mount's gone now. Okay, alright. We want to loot the mysterious writings. Very good. We got some more treasures. And then everybody's gonna go do... That must be Gallicat, because we just did Endrix. Offered, someone wanted to know what I wanted for it. Yeah. Yeah, I know people trade. There's like a lively economy of people trading different Primalist pieces. I have more Primalist gear than I can shake a stick at. Oh, that's a dead dragon. I wonder if they're gonna want to do probably Gurgoth after that, just because he's right behind there. I would assume. I'll go do Gurgoth. How much gold you got? Oh, yeah. Do I still have my buff? I got 16 minutes left of my small treasure hunting buff. Oh, there's all kinds of mobs around here. Maybe I can gather them up and do like a nice big AoE and then loot lots of knowledge scrolls. Many. Okay, I am at 29 of 50, I think. The one thing, no, I'm at 30 of 50. The one thing that gets me about Scroll Hunter is that you don't actually get credit for the achievement until you've looted the treasure that the scroll marked on your map. So there's extra steps. You know, sometimes I'll think that I'll lose track of where I actually am in the grind because there's a few different things you have to do aside from just looting the scroll. You can trade Primalist pieces. You can trade them to other people that also participated in the kill that dropped it. So in a large rare hunting group like this, where everybody tagged the boss that dropped the pieces, people can kind of freely swap stuff around. But if you're not in a group and you just kind of kill something, then you cannot trade. I don't believe you're eligible to trade that to anybody. I don't know if you're eligible to trade it to other people that are like nearby. That would be a good question. Alright, 6 minutes and it should be snail elemental goo time. So if I want to try and do each element once and they cycle, then I would want to go at 10, noon, 2, and 4 p.m. Although, I don't know if I'll be home for all of the time. No luck there. I don't know where they're going next, but in the meantime, I'd love to find a treasure or two. You can trade it to others who have tagged the boss, but good luck with that. Have an alt whose entire bank is taken as Primalist pieces in case I decide to level an alt. Yeah, that's what I did too. I've stashed it all. I've got this poor goblin bank alt who, her bank was pretty empty. I was using it to maybe hold like an extra pet that I was gonna sit on for a few years. And then Primalist gear happened and all of a sudden she's just awash in this stuff. I wonder if the lesson there is next time they might do more of like a benthic currency system where you get like, I know that we're all a bit sour on excessive amounts of currencies, but, you know, the nice thing about benthic pearls was that you could you could just stack up the currency, and then whenever you had an alt that needed gear, you would just go purchase for them the pieces that they needed, as opposed to having to wrangle with all of these excess ones and trying to get random slots and stuff. One person on Vraken, lots of people down there on, what is that, Shazra? Huh. Got married yesterday. Can you give a shout out to Kirsten? Her and I love your content. Congratulations, guys! I wish you a long and beautiful life together. It's a WoW tradition to add an island mid-expansion that it destroys inventory space. How did I do this? Yeah, it is Lady Shazra. She's definitely in a cave. I think it's Dragonflight tradition to slowly find out how close they can get us to Vashir without it actually being Vashir. Sometimes I only find this cave when everybody starts zooming out of it. Sometimes that's the only time that I ever actually, like, figure it out. Yep, there it is. There goes everybody! Oops, too late. Never mind. I don't know where they're going, but maybe I can go pick up my mysterious writings in the meantime. Oh no, I need Vraken. Vraken can drop Scruffles. There's a pet that you can get from Vraken, and I need it. I know Sora's not as good as dragon riding, but there's something so visceral about flying around with your own two wings. Paladin Alt has about half of the Primalist plate set already in his bank. Oh, nice. I wonder who my next 70 is going to be. Maybe my Shaman. I've been kind of... Well, one day I did a little bit of work on Honeyplum. And because she's halfway between 60 and 70... I think that I would like to finish leveling her before I start leveling any other 60s, so probably that. And I do have a pretty good amount of Primalist mail that I can use. It helps that I have no aspirations at all about doing anything at endgame on these alts. I pretty much just want to get him in some catch-up gear and then use him for, like, Nighthold. It's not really a big deal. I'm gonna go get my writings. They're not super far from Veltrax. Sora everywhere. I never mount into Q defensive if I can help it. I don't know if I've ever soared into Q defensive. I think I would be scared. I guess there are lots of updrafts which do affect you while you're on your you know, your wings, I suppose. Oh, I'd be nervous though. The best in Naku defensive is when you can hop on somebody else's mount that knows where they're going. Shaman's so much fun. I approve. I've been playing her as Ellie because... Well, because I guess I just happened to have int gear. And because I was sort of leveling her as like Resto/Ellie. You know what I should do is I should time walking healing her. I should just accept healing, especially on a character that was kind of meant for healing anyways, and I should just do the dungeons. And then save all this questing leveling for a class where I like the DPS spec. Because Ellie's fine. I prefer Ellie to Balanced Druid, but they're both in kind of this weird caster spec that doesn't really excite me that much area. Last time I did Shaman healing. We did... I think I time walk healed leveled her from 50 to... No, it wouldn't have been 50 to 60, because I don't think you can do it at 50. I thought... I don't know. Oh no, that was my Resto Druid. I'm mixing it up with my Resto Druid. I did Resto Druid time walking healing to get to 70. Oh, with Flabby and his time walking. That's right. Let Ellie die in peace. Resto Druid kind of bores me these days. Yeah, they got a lot of buttons, but they definitely have a theme. I like Resto Druid in Arena where if you get bored with pressing your HOTS, you can just abandon your friends and go try to get Cyclones. It's always fun to see how the spec feels after a while. My favorite thing about Resto Shaman was always the ability to put down totems and have something healing for me, even if I don't feel like I'm doing it myself. It feels like the pet class version of healing. And then also the animations, the water-based animations, I think are the most gorgeous healing animations they have in the game. The Riptide and the healing, the Chain Heal and even Water Shield, I think those are gorgeous. You have the best Cyclones. Thank you. The thing that's fun about cyclones, and the thing that's fun about cyclones is that they don't all have to be the best cyclone, but if you get one at just the right time, it makes up for all the other ones. As long as you don't let anybody die, you get that one juicy one, and it's like the most satisfying thing you've ever done. Have you heard about the light? What can the light do for me? I haven't played a priest in a hot minute. I don't know what Holy Priest do anymore. I was Holy Priest healing on my gnome alt for a little bit in Vault. It was fine. It was kind of fun. I had been kind of spoiled by Preservation Evoker there. Preservation Evoker is just so grounded in the fight. Like, you have to pay attention to where everybody is because it's relevant. You know, it's not just an are they in my line of sight and in range, you know, the layouts in which everybody's standing actually matters. Alright, Froststone Vault, Primal Storm. So the Primal Storm's always here then. It's like different elements, but this is kind of always where it's at. For some reason I thought it moved, but I guess not. Oh, the light can create a well. Oh yeah. I didn't do a lot of light well healing. I feel like it wasn't in the build that I grabbed, and I didn't try messing with it. Chakra-based priest stuff. Mop? Maybe Mop. I want to say it was around in Cataclysm. I know what you mean. You had like a stance bar. You had a stance bar, and there was a red one for damage that was fun. I want to say that's a Cata thing, but I'm not 100% sure. The years kind of blend together. Wish I could like priest. Yeah. They're pretty. The priest spells are pretty. They're not stunning in the way that the shaman light ones are, but I think the priest spells combined with the Mog, you know, you get to wear the pretty dresses if you want. If you're into the, you know, the sparkly staffs. It's like a very classic kind of nerd fantasy, you know. The cleric of the group is a thing that's been around forever that feels very satisfying to embody, I think. I remember when I was deciding that I wanted to try and be a healer, when I was first learning about all the different classes in the game, I kind of thought, well, why wouldn't, if you wanted to heal, why wouldn't you play a priest? They've got 2 healing specs. Plus, like, that's the healing thing, you know? All these other people, they're just finding new ways to do it. Why not original? It's like the original flavor of chips. I want Cascade back. Cascade was pretty. I feel like it got me into trouble. What did I feel like, did it pull stuff? Halo got me into trouble. Sometimes Halo is in a build and I won't run it because I'm not allowed. In a raid fight, sure, but I would frequently pull raid trash. Did I get no? I think I got no slime. That can still happen. That sucks. No slime. I received loot. Mound of dust. And I got like some fragments or whatever, but... Oh. Boo boo. I only have 5 minutes left of my minor treasure buff. I might as well loot a few. Even when you're flying around doing rares, you definitely want to have... Or at least I definitely want to have this to be able to see them. What's the slime for? The gooey snail elemental. You need 50 slimes and then you can combine them to make a mound. No slime situation can happen. I thought that maybe I dreamed this. I just tried to manifest this and talk myself into it. I thought that they had hotfixed it. I guess not, clearly, but so that you would always get at least one. And that's not the case. No slime. I am slimeless. I'm dry. Oh dear. Last 24 hours I've gotten 0 3 times. I had like a real hot lucky streak when it came to slime. I got 3 or 4 a number of times in a row. And I kind of thought that was what it was. I kind of thought that was just what happened. have taken one slime, add it to my slime pile. Name it Gory. Take a little Sharpie marker and draw a little 2 eyes and a little smiley face on it. Okay. I'm ready for another scroll. We're at 30 of 50 for Scroll Hunter. I guess I'm gonna go pick up another scroll buff and then restock scrying crystals just in case. I do have more, but I have one more, but I want to hold a few extras. Did you get your mount from the vault? It wasn't in mine. It was not available in mine. It's possible that it's because I haven't fully looted my vaults from previous weeks. I definitely kind of slacked a bit for a couple of weeks. It's also possible that it's just random. There was at least one person in chat that said they had opened all of their vaults every week and they still did not get the dust, so it's possible that there's an element of RNG to it too. But I have 110 keys, so I am ready to go for next week and the week after and the week after that. No trouble. Plus I need another book anyway. Well, I'm gonna get this. Something I looted that hit my mailbox. And then I want one of these. I'm a little curious about the Centaur one. Give me the Scroll of Perception so that we can re-up on that buff. So what is the deal with this thing? It is 2,000 and lets use, okay. Foretells the appearance of unique threats. Does the Tuskar have a buff? Oh, they have the teleport totem, the limited use 5 charge teleport totem. No, thank you. I will take 3 more of these though. That is fine by me. Hi. Random, opening on 2 characters every week. Rooms change randomly on both. Mainly doing PvP. Still scared to do raids. They're fun if you like that kind of thing. They've been designing good ones too. There's LFR. There's pugs. You can try and pug your way into a guild. I would say that you're not in a total minority, but in a little bit of a minority, in that there's a lot of people that raid that would like to do PvP, but they're afraid of it. I would say that they would consider you to be the brave one, and the reverse is, you know, a bit different. Raiding's relaxing, I would say, compared to PvP, because you can predict what's going to happen next and come up with your plan. And I guess you do that in PvP too, but it's very much a choreography. You learn what's going on, you learn what you're going to do. Bada bing, bada boom. Memorization, precisely. PvE pugs are a cakewalk in comparison. I haven't pugged a raid in a long time. Sometimes raid pugs are interesting microcosms of the human social experience. You'll have one person that's just doing their best to keep everybody on track. You'll have like 19 people that are saying nothing and trying not to be noticed. You'll have one person who is just a grumpy grumperson who picks a bad take and then like won't let go of it and then clashes with the person that's trying to help. And then you have one person that's like, we can all get along, guys. That's me. Actually, that's not true. I'm the person trying not to be noticed. Oh. Someone gives orders, others in voice stay quiet to listen. Not a great snapshot of raiding. I mean, a lot of guild raid like that as well. There's a whole spectrum of level of taking it seriously to organized raiding. And the trick to a happy life is finding people that have that fall in the same expectation there as you, like in terms of how seriously does everybody want to take it, and how far do you want to progress, you know? Somebody that's there to like kill difficult bosses and do well is going to not have a great time in a group where half of them are drunk and just kind of like, you know, messing around and having a good time, failing to kill normal bosses. Whereas on the flip side, if you're just kind of there to like relax and have fun, and you're in a, you know, a radio silence comm situation, because it's not going to be as good. And then, of course, there's lots of room in the middle. I would say the middle's where I live. Alright, I think that group is just about hit their moment. I am nicely restocked on buffs. I was gonna pop my new scroll. Yeah, one of these. I'll stick all my crystals in a pile so I can find him, assuming that I loot enough scrolls to need them. Am I caught up on scrolls? I am caught up on scrolls. I don't need to loot any more of those. So we are 30 of 50 still. So we're gonna loot some treasures. See how we do. Maybe I'll get one of those centaur buffs just to see what it's like for fun. I haven't done a lot of fishing out here in the new fishing hole. I know that there's like a quest that would have you do it for some reputation, but if you're not needing Tuskar reputation, I can't really imagine why you would still be fishing. They're just not worth very much. I guess if you really like fishing, or maybe you're trying to get like the pieces for the coins to get your sunglasses for auto, maybe. Obsidian coffer. There's a Rack and the Hunter. I wonder, I'm curious about... What am I curious about? What's the end of that sentence? Oh, I wonder how expensive Scruffles is. That's what I was gonna say. Let's, yeah, I'm safe here-ish. Let's see. Scruffles 5,000 gold, so not so spendy. I won't buy one presently, but if I finish this meta and I don't have one yet, then I will probably just buy one because it seems like that's not too bad. Do you have that auto met with sunglasses? Mm-hmm. It wasn't so bad for me because I already had the sunglasses by the time the auto was discovered. I had done a bunch of fishing prior to that for Tuskar rep and just kind of for fun, really early dragon flights, so I didn't need to grind coins. I had already done that. Once you have the sunglasses, the rest of it's not so bad. I was highly motivated early dragonflight to craft and upgrade all of the Tuskar fishing equipment and like do all the fishing dailies, and I was going all in on everything that could possibly get me Tuskar rep early, especially before the soup just started spitting out rep like a big fountain. It was kind of grindy. I had an add-on that helped a lot with fishing, actually. Maybe that'll come in handy again when we get to pond nettle fishing. Volcanek? Volcanek. I guess I don't need to keep You Know How to Reach Me tracked. It's not like I'm going to accidentally complete Librarian or Doorbuster. Those are both kind of waiting on more weekly resets for the vaults. I've been walking around with my heroic chill globe on, even though it's not even close to my best trinket, just because it's... Oh, I'm stuck on a stump. Kind of my best option for just like instant damage for stuff like this, if you can get it. Remember the punching trinket? It's still, I mean, it's still around. It's an option. It's one of those world quest trinkets, like a primal fire something or another. And I got one while leveling, and I thought that was just the best thing ever, because even like the really low item level leveling version had enough, it had enough DPS on it to one-shot basically most mobs, or, you know, mostly kill like a boss mob. Punchy one is so strong. You can get higher item level versions of them, and it's maybe not a horrible idea just to get, and not like super high, but you know, like 380 something, like World Quest, modern World Quest item levels. It might be kind of fun to get just like the best one possible and keep it handy just for like questing. Like to get the Razmat. One thing to note about the Razageth skin is that it is not a guaranteed drop. So you may need to kill Razageth more than just once. You may need to kill Razageth many times. Keep it in my pocket for tough mobs. So OP. It was just so satisfying because like you're questing and you're leveling and like, oh, your gear's not that good and your gear's not that good and all you want is like big upgrades so you can start actually doing serious damage, and then you get this one thing that just lets you obliterate a thing. So I saw the treasures. Yeah, they're still here. I wonder why they disappeared from my map. That's funny. I wonder if they're about to despawn and that's why. There's kind of like a grace window where something will stop appearing on the map so people stop going for it, but it does still technically exist for a little longer. Took me 31 kills for the Raskin. Wish you luck. I don't know how many it took me, but I was lucky. I got it while raiding with my guild. That's Warden Entrix. We don't like him. Pretty late. I wasn't the first person to get it. I was maybe like the 5th to 7th person to get it. Because for a while in like a 15 to 20 person raid group, maybe not 20, that sounds high. In like a 15 person raid group, it seemed like we were getting about one a week. And then we had 1 week where nobody got one. I was like, wait a minute, they're not guaranteed? And then a couple of people got it. So it's like maybe a 5% chance. 1 in 20 average might be it. Oh, I didn't know I had a quest there. How are we doing? We could buy another scrying crystal just to stock up. You know what? For fun, just for fun, I'm gonna buy this. I just want to know. It says for the day, so it's a 22-hour buff actually. Here's the spirits of the Forbidden Reach foretell the appearance of unique threats. So I wonder if that'll be just like a whisper in my chat log. Entrix and Pyrachnus are both up, but we don't like them. They're stinky. We can go look at Oakbeard. Anyone know if it'll be easier or harder to complete the first LFR tier set next patch? Items like boots, belts, bracers, cloak. I feel like, and chat can help me with this if you know more, which I'm sure you do. My instinct is that it'll be harder because, well, I was gonna say because the catalyst is gonna move on. I wonder if you could still catalyze old tier things for the Mog of them. You will still be able to queue into the older LFR, and it may be easier to do because of people with more gear, but it may also be a longer queue to get into it because it won't be as in as high demand. Got the golden iPad after trying 350 to 375 times. Congratulations. Now there is a place most people are happy to leave. Oh man. I still can't believe how lucky I got with that one. That one was just, I felt bad. Every now and then you get so lucky that you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. I feel like this was disrespectful to all of the people that tried for the standard and average amount of time. I'm gonna miss that place. The Maw is my least favorite area of all time. Not even a question. I would take Vashir. I would take Argus. Like the regular standard Maw was so upsetting to me. I boycotted that place to the extent that I didn't even do Venari's grind in the first season when it was part of the regular gear grind. I just raided without it. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm so happy is because they haven't done anything as harsh as that. Didn't do Venari season 1 either. Argus is a close second for me. Argus was frustrating because it was really dangerous, but at least it felt like there were things that were kind of cool to get out there. There was like mounts and pets that would drop. There was like cool transmogs you could get out there. All of the Maw stuff all looked the same and the rewards were just kind of and it was so frustrating to go to a place where you not only couldn't fly, but initially couldn't even ride your mount. And even late expansion, when you could survive lots of dangerous things, trying to go into like the that area on the west side with the tall walls and stuff was still really dangerous and annoying. And then you'd be like, okay, well, this is dangerous and you know, a rough place for me to be. I'm gonna join a group finder group. Nope, you would get phased. Like you had, if you wanted to do that, you had to like go back to Oribos, make the group there, and then have everybody go to the mall. It was the most tilting thing. I am usually not that fussed about a lot of things. And it didn't, you know, it didn't ruin my year. I just didn't go very much. I went later on when I needed it for the meta achievement. Where is this avian trove? Oh, it's right there. It looked like a wheel. Okay. Arcantrix. Oh, what's up? Remember the Eye of the Jailer? I did not do very much Eye of the Jailer at all. I remember very distinctly the whole Maw intro. They were trying so hard to impress upon you. This place is dangerous. No one's ever left here alive. No one's ever come here alive. This is the very depths of hell, and no soul has ever escaped this torment. And then, you know, we're like the Mawwalker or whatever, so we escape. And then Bolvar's like, yo, I forgot my sunglasses. Can you go back and look for them? And I'm like, no! I will do no such thing. You guys made such a big deal about how lucky we were to get out of there. I'm not going back. I will be in Bastion having some Purians with the mango-loving owl people. Thank you very much. Like, there were too many other places to go. You could not have paid me to go there. Yeah, it was frustrating and boring, I agree. And I'm glad they haven't done anything quite like that since, really. Like, in Dragonflight, where's the dangerous place out here? The War Crush! The War Crush is the dangerous place. At least you can join a group finder group if you want to do that. At least you have the option. I still find that I don't go. Oh my gosh, the ancestral spirit whispers in riddles. Their avarice is unyielding. From high above, he serves his master. That sounds like Vrakan the Hunter. Or not Vrakan the Hunter. It sounds like Wormslayer Angvardi. I'm gonna do summoned rares shortly here. Here, we can just look for some more little treasures. Like Shadowlands Dungeons. Are we getting Shadowlands time walking? Oh, eventually, I'm sure. I think they would probably give us the rest of this expansion to cool off from them before they start introducing any, though. I wouldn't expect to see it until expansion after. Alright, I'm coming. I want to buy another, like, bunch of spice pouches. They're pretty affordable relative to the price of Lovey, and I like being able to just kind of, I know I can actually fix one as well. Oh, they're up to 689. That's not as affordable. I'm gonna buy 20 of them. That's like 12k. That's not so bad. Hang on a second. And that way, sparkling spice pouch. If I get the pet before I'm out of spice pouches, I can always sell them again. Plus, I can just fix one of them because I do have cooking. I'm gonna get a food buff, actually. Here, I'm gonna eat a fish cake. Get a little bit of mastery. Haven't released BFA time walking yet? Yeah, maybe not, but we are getting BFA dungeons back in the Mythic Plus rotation, so that's something. Freehold and Underrat. BFA had one redeeming feature in the battle for Nashatar. I think I liked almost everything about BFA except for the Maw. Where did we go in the end of, or sorry, I'm confusing BFA with Shadowlands. The Maw with Shadowlands. What did I like about BFA? Lots of things. I liked Nashatar, I liked Mechagon. I loved the raids. I liked the dungeons, except for Siege of Borealis, because I procrastinated on unlocking it and then never figured out what was going on. Azerite gear was not really my thing. Azerite power was fine because I just didn't grind it that hard. I was just, like, the catch-up that was built into it was good enough that I felt like I could just kind of, like, bare minimum and then do fine. And then it wasn't a question of me being underpowered, it was just a question of being not quite as strong as somebody who decided to really grind. But, like, you'd catch up to them with very little effort. As long as you were patient and didn't mind waiting a week or so. Yeah, no, I liked BFA. It was a good expansion for me. My hot take has always been that Legion is not really anywhere close to my top list. And I think it's just because I must have very different gaming appetites from the rest of the WoW player base. A lot of things people really connected with and loved in Legion didn't do anything for me. And I found myself kind of overwhelmed and stressed because of that. I didn't really care much about class order hulls or artifact weapons. I found both of them kind of exhausting. And I didn't really like story questing and campaign questing, so Balance of Power and Suramar was all kind of not for me. Which meant there wasn't very much that was for me. You know, it's just a bunch of demons and stuff. I was so sick of Lime Green. I did not want to see another day of Mountain Dew Monster Energy Green. I was over it. Dragonflight's been pretty. Dragonflight's been very pretty. I haven't had a scroll in a while. I do still have my buff. I'm at 17 minutes since the last time I looted a scroll. I may not be getting my dozen scrolls today. We're up a couple. We're up 6, I think. It's actually not so bad. It's only 10:30. Maybe I'm on pace. What's my favorite class? I'm an Evoker main. I still have a soft spot in my heart for Priest, though. Just because I was a Priest main for a long time. It's got more history there. Mine's probably Hunters. Loving having pets and I can name them. Hunter is my favorite alt class. I love making Hunters. It was the thing that I came closest to maining as a DPS in the years before I ended up as a Shadow Priest. And I love the personalization of being able to pick out like what sort of pet you want and then name it what you want and then go on adventures with it and then bring it with you into all of these places. It was kind of like a security blanket feeling of like, I'm scared to go pug groups. I don't know these people, but at least I get to bring my kitty cat, you know? You think you'll ever main priest again? I don't know. And if I did, I don't know which one, right? Like I have a human priest and I have a gnome priest. I think they look great as lots of different races. I don't know. Make a new one. Orc priest. Undead priest. If I'm gonna make a horde priest, it's gonna be an undead priest for sure. I haven't had one of those in a long time and I miss them. They're fun. That's like a very nostalgic race class combo for me. I was a undead priest in Wrath. That was my first priest that I tried raiding on, was an undead priest. Way back in the day. I was not very good. I didn't really understand. It was very different back then. Healing in Wrath, and I guess people know this from Wrath Classic, but I haven't healed in Classic really, was a very different game from modern healing. It was a lot about mana. There was spell down ranking. I remember wanding being kind of a thing. And I just didn't have any game sense or awareness or really like functional UI or keybinds either. Like I was brand new. I was just kind of using anything. And it really makes It's crazy what a difference a few years in everything else made. Surprised you haven't made one yet, an Undead Priest. Yeah. If I think about it too long, I'm gonna do it. I want to get my 60s to 70. I want to get him just leveled. I wish I had more fun leveling in the Dragon Isles. I feel like in most of these past expansions, I've procrastinated on leveling for quite some time. Like, it's pretty normal for me to leave a bunch of characters not leveled to the new end cap until kind of end of expansion. And I usually end up finding some cheesy way to do it. Like in BFA, I would herb level them. Like you would get like your modal hardened stirrups, and you would get your glove enchant, and you would fly around after they added in Pathfinder, and you would just pick all of the star moss and and anchorweed and whatever. And you could level pretty effectively like that. I had this big rotation where I would do herb leveling only while I had rested. And it worked great, and I made a bunch of gold doing it, and I got them all sorted out. And then in Legion, it was Legion invasions. I don't know what I did in Shadowlands. There's always been something. And in Dragonflight, I guess it's just time walking dungeons, and I'm just, I guess not, it's just not really my thing. Aye. We're gradually going to talk you to rebuilding your alt pile. Hey, if I end up with the exact same amount of alts as I did before, it's fine by me because at least they'll have different names. This was essentially a very high labor way of renaming everything. You don't enjoy Dragonflight leveling? I liked it the first time around, but it feels a little slow still for alts. Maybe in 10.1 after the heirlooms get sorted out. They won't give me extra experience, but they'll help my rested last longer, and they will give me a little bit more combat power because they'll scale with me. I find that I struggle with having like dead gear slots that I like forget to replace that kind of hold me back while I'm leveling. So maybe yeah, maybe after 10.1 I'll find some time and I'll get my heirlooms all upgraded. Feels inefficient. Inefficient and a little bit messy. Like when you head out there, it feels like you've got a lot of things being thrown at you, and they're like, check out the Artisans Guild and craft some stuff, and you know, and do these campaign quests and do these side quests and get this renown, and you want to go do some cataloging and rock climbing and dragon riding, and like there's so many things that that I just feel a little overwhelmed, I guess. And, you know, it's not the end of the world to figure out which thing you want to do. BTW quest was helping because that kind of gave me a goal of like, I'm gonna try and finish this quest line just for the heck of it. And then if I'm leveling up in the meantime, then that's good. Love the zones if the pacing isn't good. I think I just get a little bit frazzled, a little fried. I have so much frameless gear. My bags are a mess. Gold making tips. If you're looking to make gold from professions, I'd say Craft Sim is very helpful for helping you identify whenever something is profitable to make, because it'll take into account your various crafting stats and crunch numbers from that. If it's just in general, keep things and sell them. You pick up all kinds of stuff while just living your life in Dragonflight that is worth moderate amounts of gold that all kind of adds up. Doing dragon riding races and alts and just doing gold world quests can also be not negligible amounts of gold. Loot specialist evading me. I've gotten quite lucky, maybe just because I've been spending a pretty high amount of time out here recently, but loot specialist, I found 4 or 5 of them, it feels like. Alright, Marowak. Marowak, today is the day you give me Ashen Wing, okay? Please and thank you. It would be very nice. It's a phoenix pet, and I don't have it, and I want it. And I haven't purchased it like the Warden Entrix one yet, because even though Marowak is kind of dangerous to fight, he feels at least more reasonable to get to than Warden Entrix did. How am I doing on overflow? I have 6,000, so I could buy another 3 things if it comes to it. But we're stocked up on scrying crystals. We need some more scrolls. I think it's because I've been doing more rares and I've been doing less treasures. I think that leaning into the small treasures has been really successful for me for looting scrolls. But you kind of need the rares to be able to afford all the overflow that you need to buy the things. So, God, Ashen Wing, what does it sell for? It will vary based on server. It'll vary based on server, so you would check your own server's auction house. The Undermine Journal might be able to give you some region value averages. I don't know exactly how much it would be. I would assume somewhere north of 50k. I would assume more than 50k and less than 150 if I was guessing, but that's total conjecture. Some of the other pets are much cheaper than that. A couple of rares I feel like people collectively say nope. I mean, people go do Entrix, so you just gotta... they all gotta really want it. Or be in there already. Alright, you can't make me climb. Did we do Lutrock? I'm not 100% sure if we did. Yeah, I'm set on Primalist gear. Oh, these bags are choked. Auction is for just under 16k. Well, that's not so bad. It must be a much worse drop rate than something like Scruffles. Here, I'll check and see what it is for here. Ashen Wing. 44k on this server, which is more. Come on, Lovey. Lovey's the most expensive of the rare drop pets, or at least it was. I think it still is. No luck. That's okay. That soup will be back. Being able to do it multiple times a day definitely makes it easier. Have to go do some adulting. Have a great day. Have a great day. Do you hunt squirrels? I am the hunter of scrolls. I've been a little less successful recently, but we're restocking our overflow. That's funny. I just said that thing about hunting the scrolls, and then the ancestral spirit just whispered to me, his hunt never ceases. So I guess Racken's coming up soon. 12k in Argent Dawn. I wonder why it's so expensive on Lightbringer then. That's interesting. Pinch, pinch. Oh man, vault keys for days. I have 119 vault keys. Thumbs up. Thank you. Just get successful. You know what? When you're right, you're right. I got 31 minutes left on this Scrying Crystal buff, and I intend to make it produce. I'm going to head to Vraken, but I am definitely going to start stopping for little treasures, because that has been better for me. Can a freshly dinged 70 do Forbidden Reach? Yeah. Yeah, they give you the little breadcrumb quest pretty quick there. Is that Vraken? That is Vraken, so he's in his cave. He's in his cave over here. Or he will be shortly. How hard is it to loot the dragon riding skin? It's RNG. It's RNG. It is estimated to be a roughly 1 in 20 chance. So maybe you'll do it once, maybe you'll do it 100 times. Hard to say. It's random. You can do it on multiple difficulties. You can try it on LFR and then normal and then heroic and then mythic if you want. But if you're only doing LFR, then it's gonna be just LFR. I think LFR might also be one of the hardest difficulties to kill Raszageth on if you're going in alone. Oh, Vraken will be there. Is that the Ancestral Spirit? It is, so it's like predicting it. I see. I gotcha. Well, there's a lush Rytherbark I can loot in the meantime, but it doesn't actually make a ton of sense for me to just sit here waiting for Rakana yet, because it's not like I can... I mean, maybe I can solo him anyways. Not if I use my staff buff on the Primal Thunder Lizard. Holy smokes. Here, I'll do a little lap around the vault and see if I can find any treasures to loot in the meantime. Got 2 each week for the first 3 weeks, then never seen another. Elefar sucks for Raszageth. I did Raszageth and Elefar once, I think. I think just the one time. And I was really surprised by how many mechanics were intact. I figured they would have gutted that fight so that LFR groups can do it, and apparently they decided that they were just going to collectively have faith in all of the LFR, and it was just going to be as is, more or less. You can still die in any number of ways. I don't know if there's like an average number of determination stacks or something, but that's not really a fight you can determination your way through. Better now? Okay. Alright, there's a couple people here. We can do it. 1 Scruffles, please. Got Aggro. Average was around 10, then you could kill it with half the people dead from the start. Holy smokes. Maybe I need a DPS project. I've said this a million times and I almost never do it. The trouble with a DPS project is I always want to play a hunter. And then what happens is I play a hunter and then I'm not very good at it because I don't put the effort in to learn it. And then I don't do very much damage, and then I'm like, well, what's the point of being a DPS if I can't do all the damage? And then, like, it's a project that I want to do casually, but I'm only having fun if I'm, like, doing a lot of damage, and that's kind of a contradictory proposal. Okay. I want more treasures. We can kind of go around the north side and see if we can find anything. Face roll, top DPS. Yeah. What else would I be? Maybe a warlock? Every now and then I have a warlock phase. I had like a Destrolock phase in what was it, Shadowlands? Having a lot of fun maining a hunter. Yeah, maybe you guys will talk me into it. You know what I would need to do if I was gonna do a project like that and actually have fun? Is I would need a goal that I knew from the beginning, because if I just go into, oh, you know, I'll play it for however long I want to, I'm going to get it vaguely geared, and then I'm going to get right into that section of gearing where it's frustrating because you're not doing any damage, and then I'm going to give up. It happens every time. I need to be like, I'm going to play this hunter, and I'm going to pug Keystone Master or whatever it is, although, oh man, pugging Mythic Plus with a pet, that sounds... I mean, people do it. You just gotta get used to it, I guess. Is that Dizalgor? It is Dizalgor. We hate him. But yeah, I would need to be like, I'm going to clear the raid on normal in pugs, or I'm gonna clear Keystone Master, whatever. Like, I would need to have a specific goal, and I would need to hold myself to it until it's done to get myself through that ugly part. Okay, there is a potion downstairs this time. We're gonna go for it first. Well, we're gonna tag the boss first. And then we're gonna go for the potion, and then we're gonna press the button. Press the button. Press the button, okay. Whew. Also a bone pile. I might need to kill some beetles. I will need to kill some beetles. No, 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 no! I forgot! Not again! Oh, is it worth it? It's not worth it. There's too many other treasures that don't require you to not suffocate. Oh man, I had the thing and everything. That's brutal. Tag him before you faint. I wanted to loot the treasure. I just forgot to press the button. It happens a lot. It's happened already today. Holy, okay. Alright. I'm gonna summon some stew. I'm just gonna keep doing this because I have spice. I got spice for days. This button is the toxin antidote that lets you stay downstairs in Duzalgor's room that I was in recently. Here, I'll click it off. For all the good it does you. You gotta remember to press the button. Evokers don't show armor. I, for a while, had this big plan of, oh, I'm gonna transmog my evoker with specific care to hiding shoulders and belts so that they didn't show on my evoker form so that I could at least show all of my, you know, just like look like all of my character creation armor. And then I ended up giving up on that and being like, I'm just going to transmog my visage form however the heck I want. And if my dragon looks stupid, then that's too bad. You should spend less time looking at your dragon and more time doing whatever you got into dragon form to do, because I only ever do it for combat. They use that art for all kinds of things. Yeah, that icon's definitely made its way around. Okay, where do I like to find treasures? I haven't looked in this coast for a while. Sometimes you can kind of curve around to the left here, and there might be like some Morkut supplies. Is that a good herb? It was just a frigid hockey bloom. Hi, kitty cat. You want up? Sometimes. I won't notice my silly belt in dragon form. Yeah. I wish that there was a way, and this is like the most non-issue I've ever had. I'd love to be able to see my visage form and not my Drakthir form on my character screen. Because I like looking at my transmogs. I love looking at my transmogs on my login screen. And I can't see my evoker's transmog until I log in and swap her out of her lizard form. It's just the way it is. Okay. Oh, treasure. Storm Eater carrot. Did I aggro it? I did. That's okay. Bad day for you. Well, key. You know what I haven't done is I haven't played a Worgen since they... I heard they were going to let them do the two forms thing just like the, or the chosen form thing just like they let evokers do it. And I don't know if that's a patch thing. Like, is that something they're getting in 10.1 or do they already have it? Because if they already have it, I haven't played a Worgen since they did that. And maybe that's what I need to enjoy Worgen, is to not be a dog all the time. That's what finally got me to play Warrior. 10.1? Okay. Alright, it's a good excuse to put off that alt for another week. I need Worgen Heritage Armor. I don't have it, and I eventually would like to have gotten all the Heritage Armors. And that's one of the ones on my list. Calm the Wolf. Okay. I'm glad they did that. I have 10k Elemental Overflow. I need another scroll. I'm hitting a bit of a dry spot. I only have 20 minutes left on this scroll finding buff. Doesn't work properly with druid forms. Ooh, okay, good to know. Maybe I shouldn't do a druid then. I guess I didn't really need a druid anyway. I got. Druid's one class that I don't feel like I need to make a ton of times. I do have multiples, like, and I'll have them on Horde and Alliance. Back from when I used to need Horde and Alliance so that I could PvP with the different factions. But nowadays I feel like one druid is bad enough. The last thing I need is multiple druids that all can't sort out their keybinds. Play human, pretend you're a dog. So what class am I gonna make my Worgen then? It's not gonna be a druid. I don't think it's gonna be a hunter, and I don't think it's gonna be a caster. It could be a... I mean, I guess it could be a hunter. It could be a rogue. What other melee are there? Death Knights? You can't be a dog demon hunter. Warrior or rogue? A monk, yeah, it's true. I could be a monk. Make it a skinner, fast skinning. Working monk. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's one of the reasons I haven't made a Worgen yet, is I don't... Like, I kind of already feel... You know, some classes I can make extras of until the cows come home. And then some, like, priests are one. But I'm not a big fan of the Worgen casting animations. And then some classes, you know, I have one warrior, and I feel like that's enough warriors for me. I don't feel like I really want any more warriors. I have a rogue. I feel like that's meeting my rogue needs. Big two-handed weapons feel good in a big werewolf. Yeah, I've got a Death Knight. I've got, actually, Hazel Lich died. Funny for a Death Knight. Hazel Lich, rest in peace. But I was leveling Wormbin. Yeah, I have a Pandaren Death Knight, and I don't feel like I need another one. I have Wormbin, that's right. Crinkle's pretty special. Monks have a fist weapon transmog that is invisible. You can be a Worgen that uses its claws. Now we're getting somewhere. I could be a Windwalker monk. I need to see how ridiculous those animations look, though. You're imagining a dog, like, yeah, sure, the poo 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 poo, that's gonna be fine. But what about the spinning tiger kick, spinning crane kick? How ridiculous are they gonna look channeling Soothing Mist? I guess we'll find out. Hi, honey bear. You wanna lay down? Because, yeah, I don't currently have any monk at all right now. I used to have dwarf monks, but I deleted them. Unless they punch with fists rather than swipes. Yeah, I would need to see their animations. I feel like it could either be really cool or utterly ridiculous. I'm about ready for a scroll. I've been getting loaded on keys. I have 125 keys now. Haven't seen a scroll recently. Maybe we should go poke around the vault. I don't mind Drakthir animations. It's just being a lizard that gets me. It's not so much the way they move. It's just what they are. Oh, Windswept Writherbark. Alright, one scroll, please. Don't let this be the first Scrying Crystal buff that times out on me. Normally I consume them before they're even 10 minutes in, or like 15 minutes in. Gnome Evoker. Try pretending the lizard is a lawyer. What about a big ol' sheepdog? There's an obsidian coffer down there, but the deeper you get in there, the uglier it is to kind of get around. Yeah, they're not elites though. Maybe I can do this. And then I'm gonna need a mage one day. I tend to make human mages. I feel like it just feels like a very classic sort of mage archetype, being very kind of Kirin Tor, Stormwind Mage Quarters kind of thing. But no mages are very cute. Oh, this thing hurts. No mage is fun. Love Draenei casting animations. I like Draenei in priest and paladin roles. Everything else, I feel like I end up not really considering them. I have Lightforged Heritage Armor, despite the fact that I don't currently have a Lightforged Draenei. It was one of the things that I earned back then. First character was a Draenei mage. I've played Draenei Hunters before as well. It doesn't really... I feel like you can do cool things with the vibe of them, like the Mog and the pet combinations. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I just like the really, really overdone archetypes for different race class combinations. I like them when they're extremely traditional. Your gnome mages and your, you know, your Draenei paladins and your undead rogues and shadow priests and stuff. Have a no more lock call. Don't eat me, please. Is it aimed at your demon dog? One day it's just gonna get a little too peaky and. All right, this is worth it, right? We've trekked, we have adventured for this obsidian coffer. It contained 35 elemental overflow and 1 gold. I'm out of here. I'm looking for scrolls. I am the scroll hunter and I'm hunting for scrolls. You can loot them from rares, you can loot them from treasures, you can loot them from events, you can loot them from random mobs if you're lucky enough. Oh, you can grind them in Warcrush scripts. My bags are obliterated from this. I think the I think doing the profession rares is good, but it does eat up your bags a bit. I need to vendor some stuff and post a few things. Gather on this tune. Yeah, I have herbalism. This is my main. This is my evoker main, and I am herb elk, so I can pick up herbs while I'm out here. But I've been tagging along with a friend to kill all of the profession summoned rares, and you do get little bits of profession mats for lots of professions doing that. Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of these grays and these greens, and I need to, I guess, mail off some. How do I, like, not learn? I feel like I keep mailing those to my priest and then not learning them. Yeah, I've just got a lot of primalist gear eating up space. A lot of meat, fish. Oh, profession mats. Is there anything I'm holding on to? Here, what if I just say, hey, post everything, and then I'll just skip anything that I really don't want it to sell that I've, like, you know, my potions or flasks or whatever. Payne Gretzky, thank you for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Director Strange to swim with? I don't think I'd ever thought of it before. I try to remember to get on underwater mounts when I can. Alright, post, skip, post, skip, post. Yeah, post. Skip. I want to keep my ley wine. That's just my water and my mana potions. Copper and Viz pots can go. Healing pots are for me. I think I skipped, no, those are mine. Oh, I skipped a few too many things. Oh no, my runes. Oh well. You can always get more of them, right? Skip those are mine. I need those. I can post the muffins. That's my food. My soul cages. I'm just trying to, like, mass make room. That's pretty good. It's not bad. And then, which of my auctions do I need to cancel because I accidentally posted something that I would like to keep? my buzzing runes, I use those. Cancel that. Not bad. Frozen focus is a later me problem. Okay. Man, only 11 minutes left on this crystal buff. I need a scroll! I mean, nothing happens. It just expires, then you use another one, but it's kind of a bummer to have it expire without getting a crystal. Yeah, I could set up a mailing operation. It's not a bad idea. That would save some time, because I feel like we're gonna be out here for a while yet. It's not everything, but it's 14 things. And then... Come on, TSM. Don't die on me now. Doesn't want to open up groups. We can do it. We can do it the backwards way. That should work. Oh man, that doesn't look so good, does it? Let's reload a little bit. Move to another server because your bags were full. Holy smokes. Need to clean my bags out before 10-1. I've been needing to do this like multiple times a day just to try and stay on top of all of this. Alright, mysterious writing's not too bad. This'll help though. So now with TSM, assuming it's working, yeah, give me my buzzing runes back. We can just kind of do. That will. I wonder why I missed a few things. Try again. No, must not be in the group. That's okay. We can fix that. Primalist gear. Yeah, no, must have just missed a few things. I wonder if I got them in my weird. I think my UI is behaving a bit funny. I think making a how can using TSM guide? I do have some. They're for older versions of TSM, but the principles are still the same. The how you make and apply and use operations are still the same. It's just the interface looks a bit different. That still did not send... Oh no, it did. It did. Okay, cool. So that sorts out my bags pretty well. I have my cache of extra these here. Let's just go try and find some more treasures. Man, 8 minutes. We can do it. We can get lucky if we just squint our eyes and believe. Vault keys. 127. TSM's been funky since Dragonflight. I often keep it disabled unless I'm explicitly using it for something. I find that I usually just kind of content myself to not have price sources handy. And then if I'm like going to craft something and I need craft sim to work, then I'll use it. But in the meantime, I've noticed people have started really camping Lutrock and waiting for other people to summon it. It's not that expensive to buy the spice pouches. But yeah, TSM has been the worst culprit for preventing you from doing an action, and then you need to disable it or reload in order to get around it, to the point that I usually just won't keep it on. Alright, left rock, 1 pet, please. Or a scroll, I will take either. I'm not picky. No. Okie dokie. So Gurgoth is spawning, but we got a couple of treasures. The rares definitely take a little too long per chance. Oh, I see. This one's inside and around the corner. No. World Quest Tracker's been okay for me. And then All the Things hasn't given me any issues either. That's peculiar. Maybe a trove? Man. Have you tried VoiceOver for Classic? I haven't been playing Classic recently. I have heard of Hardcore. I have mild amounts of interest, but at this point, I think that we're so close to 10.1 coming out. I'm probably safe to say missing that wave. It looked like it was fun, but I'm trying to finish at the Forbidden Reach meta before 10.1, and then 10.1 is pretty soon. It is around the corner. It's coming soon. Got 9 scrolls this morning where you just were. Yeah, some days the luck is with you. I was doing far better yesterday. I had a good start today, but I've really hit a bit of a dry spell. Gave up, did War Crush farming for scrolls. Yeah, it's possible that I could still end up there too. Although, I really do hate it very much. I really don't want to do it. I will do lots of other things instead. I think I'm just gonna have to end up timing this crystal out. I think this is not the lucky Azure Scrying crystal. Tried to herb farm level only, took a week to break me. Like for 60 to 70 or from scratch? It would be cute, but I feel like it would be too dangerous for me. I wouldn't, I want to pick flowers without getting mauled by bears. A couple crystals that went all the way to the last second. Maybe Risa will have some mercy on me here. No. Vault keys and knowledge. There's a forbidden horde. That could have one. And then do Zalgor as well. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I just missed it. Yeah, that's where the horde was. Oh, bummer. It got looted out too quick for me. Okay. 2 minutes. Here, we can go take a swerve around the Storm Cinder crater. Although I'm pretty much out of juice here. I need an herb just to top me up with the new, Actually. There's one. You get a pretty decent vigor buff for a second here. Although I made the poor choice to try going uphill. Explored level 5, then dinged things to death. Brilliant aura thing, the priest spell. Oh. Wonder if you'll ever give up on the not doing time walking thing. I mean, I do sometimes do time walking. I just don't want to default to it for leveling. 60 to 70. Well, I guess 60 to 70 is the only way you can level with it now. And I don't mind it so much if I'm leveling a healer, especially if I can go with Flabby. But DPSing dungeons, especially DPSing kind of low stakes dungeons like that, I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it eventually, but it just doesn't really appeal to me right now. Alright, we got 28 seconds left in this buff. I'm starting to feel like this is not the chosen one, especially because I'm tripping on enemies here. Maybe this avian trove will help me. Maybe I'll have to pop another buff. Sometimes it's just not the chosen Azure Scrying crystal, I suppose. Pull huge groups. It's over. It's over. Yeah, huge groups might have helped. Yeah, it's okay. It's quite the bad luck streak. I expect the game to make it up to me presently. Alright, well, let's get it. The workaround if TSM won't let you do something is to put it to put it on your bar, I suppose. There you go. There's the workaround. So it used to be that I could put it in my backpack and that would work. No, that one's gone anyways. Okay. We have, we've also timed out on the map, on the treasure map buff. Oh, so it's not gone. It's just that my map's not showing it to me. However, oh yeah, okay. Here's the nest. The nest isn't gone. I do need another reliquary scroll buff though. And I don't have any on me, so we'll head back and go get one. Oh man. Shall I go do Vraken again and then summon Latroc again? The bajillionth time. Okay, Vraken's coming up, but he's not actually up just yet. We can do more Latroc in a day, though. Got the Infinite Time Reaver mount. Congratulations! That's a tough one. People look for that for years. Oh, sorry, kitty. I didn't mean to wake you up. Woo! I got Lovey. Woohoo! One otter pet for me. All caps search. Wah. Let's go. You know what this means? I can sell. How many did I have left? My remaining spice pouches. That is not a bad way to farm that, actually. I have 17 extra. Give me my 11k back. I only spent 2k worth of it. Somebody reset the price on these. They were like 300 gold recently. Nice. Alright, well that takes one thing off my list. Raken's up. Is he worth it? Not really. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stick around if there's not a group of people fighting him. That's a trap is what that is. If it comes to it, I can just buy Scruffles. I need scrolls. I haven't had one in like an hour. I'm getting hungry. Okay. So, good news is we have lots of overflow. We can kind of stock up here. I'm going to buy one for now and then one for later, I think is what I'm going to do. And then I can freely spend the rest of it getting extra scrying crystals for my collection. Okay, just making sure I actually did buy 2 maps. For a moment, I had a moment where I thought I didn't. I did. Okay, so we pop a map. We pop a map. And then, I kind of, part of me wants to keep the scrying crystal on my bar so I can just click it whenever it falls off, and the other part of me doesn't want to accidentally, like, fat finger them. Alright, where have I not looked for treasures recently? Maybe around this top area here. I learned that there are some secret, super rare dragon customizations in the Reach Racer cache. Don't show up for the meta, don't show up when you go to the Dragon Mock thing. Oh. Have you tried Warcrush farms or Lunker farms? Got most of mine. No, I don't want to go to the Warcrush. I haven't heard of the Lunker farm actually. Lunker farms with the vendor item. Because I do have loads of conches, ominous conches. I've got some 100 odd of those in my bank. So I could try that if next time that I have them on me anyways. Learned about them from the manuscript add-on thing yesterday. Oh. Okay. Why isn't there a flight point in Silvermoon? Is there not? I guess there's one. This is kind of news to me. What do you need to fly to Silvermoon for? Haven't seen Lunker Farm groups active? Yeah, tell us more about this Lunker Farm. I'm assuming you basically would just use your Ominous Conches, get into a raid group, go to the Dragon Skull Island. I guess we're assuming that scrolls can drop off of the summoned Lunkers, so you would just kind of raid group it up and have everybody use their conches. With the Scrying Crystal buff, yeah. You know what? I'm desperate. Here, let's go back to town for a hot second, and we'll pick up our conches, and then I'll make a group and go try. I'd rather do that than the War Crush. Let's see how many I have. Hopefully I didn't just start vendoring them. Coins and recipe bottles. Yeah. Yeah. I want scrolls. I want scrolls. Alright. Conches. Okay, tales of my conch collection have been greatly exaggerated. I only have 39. I don't have 100. However, that seems like enough to start a group with anyways. I'm going to port my way back. So if we can go to the Rusathazar Reach, I can take a port and then I'll make or join a Lunker group. Whatever. I'll check and see if there is one first. Fine. It's either up here or down here. I think it might be down here. Over here, maybe? I don't come here a lot, so I don't always remember where exactly the teleport pad. Yeah. There we go. That's what we're after. Boop. So if I look in the pre-made group finder, and I want to see Lunkers. I want to see Forbidden Reach Lunkers. I'm just going to kind of look at all the groups and see what's going on. People are power leveling. I got what you need. Halls of Valor achievement. Must be able to follow directions. Might take time. Patience. Hope they find somebody. War mode on rares. Forbidden Reach rares. Warfront Heroic. T-Mog farm. Auto war mode off. Turtle fishing. Garrison turtle fishing. Link achieve. Alright. Where's the Lunker? I've never been out here. There must be a big, yeah, this thing. Large Lunker sighting. Alright. Pre-made groups. Back, start a group. Lunker farm Forbidden Reach. Bring your conches war mode off. Okay, and then in the meantime, I guess I can just fish. I guess I can just genuinely... What's my fishing keybind? That's my fishing keybind. I can just straight up fish for a while and then get some random conches that way. Oh, coffers though. Oh, those will be inside the cave. Auto group that was war mode off should be in the same spot. Oh, okay. Let me see. I thought maybe they were like doing the actual auto fishing. Sign up for that. Oh yeah, I guess Lunkers make sense too. Is it worth popping perception files? I have them. There's no reason not to, right? I have 29 of them. I may as well. I don't think it'll necessarily help with scrolls, but I don't know. Couldn't hurt. Irchi, I'm noticing that you're in a very arson mood today. So there's a big group. I've joined it. They're in the Waking Shores. They're in the Waking Shores. That's not going to work for me. Bummer. All right, I'll start my group. Why Lunkers? I'm trying to see what the drop rate feels like for scroll hunting via Forbidden Reach lunkers. This is just a regular lunker. They do have a little elemental overflow. Because I can start throwing my own conches, but it would be, I don't know. If there was desire for a group, I guess maybe I'm kind of missed the window for this. Let's see if it. Oh, for heaven's sake, let's throw these on a bar, and then see what kind of boss it spawns. So standard gigantic thresher. I guess people usually use their harpoons, but it doesn't really matter. We've been over that. I do have my harpoon keybound, actually. And I have my harpoon utmost upgraded. Maybe next time I get a regular lunker, I'll try harpooning it and see if that feels faster. No bosses, just regular lunkers? Okay. Well, I guess it's no wonder that people aren't really grinding it here. Eh. I guess worst case scenario, I'll just chuck the conches that I have. Do I even have the... I think I abandoned the quest. There is a quest for doing this, and I think I don't have it. Log on, join to see if it works. Got tons of summons. Yeah, it seems like one of those things where in like a big raid group, you end up with just killing them really quickly. So I could see how, assuming that the Scrying Crystal buff does apply, which I don't see why it wouldn't. You know, we're getting an overflow from them. I see how it would be good. But it definitely would require a bit of a group. How long did Max Harpoon take? Could never get the second upgrade piece to drop. I did it over, I'm guessing, a couple of weeks. I got pretty intense about it. I would wake up late at night to go do the overheated magma pools in the Waking Shores area, and those have a really good drop rate for the fishing mats. If you're just trying to farm them at like the Prismatic Leaper schools, you're going to be there forever. But if you can get overheated lunker pools to yourself, or not overheated magma pools to yourself, not the regular magma thresher pools, the overheated ones, that's where it's at. That's the good stuff. Because yeah, so far this does not seem like the thing. Come. I think it's easier for me to just kill them. You just have to not be afraid to swim. I give up. I will, I'll chuck a conch whenever I'm in the area, now that I know where it is, but I don't think I'll, go super far out of my way for it. I'm going back to my old faithful. I'm going back to how I got the first 30. I'm gonna find some treasures. I got 47 minutes left in this Scrying Crystal buff, and I will not let it follow the fate of its father. I don't know why I've decided that the buff items that I'm using have like a lineage, but they do. Scrying Crystal, the 30th. 29th of his name. I wonder if I've just kind of lost my treasure farming touch or if I've just hit like a really crazy unlucky streak. It's hard to really gauge how many you've been looting once you are finished with the hoarder achievement. You know, we looted our 100 yesterday, and then ever since then, I don't really know if I've like slowed down on finding them. Sometimes it feels like I have. This sort of center area is quite nice. You get like just along here quite a few different little ones. Coffer there. Bone pile down here. Vault key number 129. Scroll Hunter will not break me. I will get this done in a... Well, I was going to say in a timely manner, but that's not really up to me. I will get this done with good cheer and optimism before 10.1. I will. I promise. Oh, treasures. I'm happy about Lovey. I wish Lovey could fly with me. Well, I guess I don't know that Lovey doesn't fly with me. Let's throw Lovey on the bar. Hey, we got a scroll! We did it! We broke the curse! We broke the curse. It's a fish scroll too. Those are my favorite because they're easy to loot. Let's crack. Oh man. TSM, you're fired. No, you're... Well, here, we'll reload anyways. Oh, I suppose I should take a real short break. Hang on a second. Alrighty. Okay, we can do this. So we use another one of our crystals, which I do think I'm just going to kind of slap those on my bar. We're going to use the scroll also, which I think I managed to do. No, I did not. We're going to crack that off. Go see it. Find the fishy. Race is in here, but nobody's bothering her. Shira's up there, but I don't think anybody's bothering her. Nope, she is just living her life, having a nice day. It's starting to look like one of those shards where people start a rare hunting group and it's just like, they're all up! Come get them! Okay. Wondrous fish for me. And that brings us to Scroll Hunter 31 of 50. Hi. Alright. Where's the next best place to find treasures? We did the north side. I feel like there's usually a bunch of far-scale caches kind of in and around the Storm Thunder crater. So we can kind of like loop around this little northern pond. Maybe kind of curve around the vault area. I guess I'm still perfecting my treasure hunting route. You can find some on the outer coasts, and I have like this tendency to just run laps, but Most of them are going to be in this interior area. And then, yeah, we can kind of, oh, forget that we've spent all of our juice. $200 eggs a day in Noble Garden. It's a good haul. Anyone bothering? No. Not at all. We can drop by the fish spot and summon one lunker. We can do that like 6 times before we've completely run out of conches, but at least it's something to use the conches on. I felt like I was getting tons of them just from looting. I was looting Tuskar tackle boxes while in the process of trying to get them out of my way so I could see the expedition packs. Anything around here? Oh, loot specialist. I feel like I've gotten so crazy lucky with these. I have 2 minutes left on my staff buff, so I think I'm just gonna kill these little baby regular mobs around here. And wait, because if I'm gonna solo him, I guess I can actually just... No, I'm not in a public chat channel. I would prefer to do it with my staff buff up. Stream is the start of my weekend. Was Lara Croft your positive female role model while I was growing up? I wasn't really exposed to much Lara Croft when I was growing up in rural Canada. Oh, positive female role models aside from just like family. Positive female role models in media. Kim Possible. The girl from The Big Comfy Couch. Molly. Luna and Molly. Clown and her dolly. On The Big Comfy Couch. You know, she was very stretchy and she always did her stretches. Dana Scully. I feel like there's a fun story from Kate McKinnon about how Dana Scully was like her awakening as a young girl. Hi. I am going to wait at my staff buff, and I'm just going to camp this guy. If anybody else comes along, they're welcome to. We're... there. Although I didn't exactly post it, so... These things pop up pretty often. I've done a couple today, and I think I did like 3 yesterday. Fish are so... I can't believe even the Islefin Dorado are that cheap. I guess if you wanted to do Tuskar Rep, you could buy it really affordably now compared to before. I remember when those were very, very spendy. Alrighty, it's you and me, Mr. Treasure Goblin. Anything good? Yeah, bulky. Bulky. Defunct Land did an episode about the Big Comfy Couch. Wholesome content. Well, that's good. Sometimes you're worried when people like revisit those things that they're gonna uncover a bunch of like dark secrets that ruin something that was very sweet and nice to you when you were a child. I don't know if I had a favorite show as a kid, but that had to be up there. That was a good one. I'm kind of bypassing the rares and hoping it's not a mistake. You know what I could maybe do? You know what might be kind of fun? Big AoE pull. See if we can just like... I know this is generally what you do in like groups with people, but see if I can get anywhere just killing some stuff. Every now and then it does some good. Bear in the Big Blue House had shockingly heartwarming backstories. I don't remember Bear in the Big Blue House. I remember Zaboomafoo. I don't remember what was going on in Zaboomafoo, but I remember it made me very excited about lemurs. Ring-tailed lemurs seemed like they were going to be a bigger part of my adult life growing up. There were those lemur toys that had the Velcro hands and the Velcro feet, and those were huge when I was a kid. I had a few of them. My sister had a few of them. You would just like button their little paws around your neck and just walk around like that all day. It was a big thing. Wolfie CB, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Kratz Creatures. Oh man. Ooh. You remember Art Attack? That was some cool stuff. That was good. Okay. No, not really. Had a White Tiger version of those? Mostly babysitting through the Bear in a Big Blue House era. In love with lemurs as a kid. I think they just got very popular in the toy market, but I wonder if I understood that they weren't local. I think I must have. I don't think I was going on walks expecting to find lemurs. I was going on walks hoping I would find Pokemon. I wasn't wildly bright in that aspect. And then, you know, years and years later when they finally came out with Pokemon Go, I remember for a very brief instant feeling like they had really nailed that wish fulfillment of my childhood of just going on like a hike and then discovering, you know, a Butterfree that you can have be your very best friend. Yeah. I played it for a while and I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm done with it now and that's fine, but it definitely hit the spot for a hot minute in a way that not a lot of things do. Okay, one Forbidden Horde. This could be it. The scroll luck is not with me so much today. We started out kind of hot and it's really fallen off. Pokemon Go craze was amazing for a bit. It was unreal to see because so many people got so into it that never really would have been in a gaming space otherwise. I remember going into Portland because there was like a Pokemon Go hotspot where you could find like specific rare Pokemon or something. I don't remember the details, but there was like a place to go in town. And there were so many people and it was such a diverse group of people and everybody was just having the best time. It was so weird that it was about a mobile Pokemon game. You know, it's a bit different now, but I'm glad I lived through it. Part where everybody bought Nintendo stock thinking that's who owned it, but the game was owned by Niantic. Yeah, I also went to that common spot. I used to like walking around there because of the ducks. I would go visit the ducks there. The noodle place was not half bad. There was a place you could get like some decent yakisoba. I don't remember the name of it. It might have been Crazy Kitchen. Incredible how Pokemon Go created something everyone had in common, made it easy to talk to random people. I think between the fact that I was playing Pokemon Go and the fact that I was playing with my really notable looking dog, I talked to more strangers during that era than any other era of my life. Because people would already approach me to ask me about Joker whenever you'd go out and walk with him, and then when you guys were all like fighting the same gym anyways. Kind of a bit of an icebreaker, although it's not like I really made lasting friendships or anything. But sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes it's nice just to be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hello. It's nice to be neighborly. I need to go up. Treasure? Scroll? No. Arachnus and Gallicat. Marwalk's back. We can go poke around at him. T-shirt? You like my t-shirt? Thank you. This is my glow-in-the-dark Alaska t-shirt. Okay. Oh, get him! Get him! Tag him! Take a trip to Alaska to fulfill the promise of the shirt. The shirt and the hat. I think I have 2 different Alaska shirts and an Alaska hat. Never been to Alaska. I just like moose and wolves and stuff. Although I suppose if I wanted to see them, there's wildlife sanctuaries there that would be interesting to visit. That would be a cool vacation to take one day. I'm just not really much of a vacation person. I have, you know, some people have the travel planning in them. I have the opposite of travel planning. I have travel stressing and no initiative. It's I am quite happy and content to stay very close to home. It's a big deal just to talk myself into going to the store. I'm enjoying Earchee's play-by-play of places that they would burn down as they presumably level and alt through old, well, I guess I don't know what you're doing. You could be collecting, you could be doing anything, but I'm getting a kick out of it. Pretty easy now. Oh, because last year taught you all about it, going to Seattle this August? Oh, nice! That's a cool city. One thing I am glad about myself that I learned how to do comfortably is I don't mind air travel, at least in like North American airports. I guess I've never been to Europe, so although I imagine it can't be that crazy different. Like airports are vaguely universal, you know. They're not trying to confuse you. They're just big and filled with many places you can go. But that's something that I could see myself, if my life had gone just a tiny bit differently, I could have ended up being very afraid of like airports and air travel, and I've just done it enough that it doesn't bother me. It's just a nice excuse to play 6 hours of Stardew Valley on my iPad. But I've only been to, you know, like big Canadian and American airports. They're all kind of the same. Just varying levels of big to walk through. But if there's anything in life that I can crush, it's a fast walk with luggage. I am the person you want to have with you if you are trying to catch a connection and you are trying to hoof it over there. I like, maybe not long-term sprinting, but I can do a good clip with some roller luggage. If I'm on a mission, I'm getting there. That, or you're in a shopping mall and the store that you need is on the polar opposite end of the mall, and you need to get there quickly so that you can, you know, meet so-and-so's mom by 4 so that you guys can all go to the movies. Also a good opportunity for the fast walk. Went through the Seattle airport, was surprisingly nice. The tram, trolley, cart, it's not cart, the Underground Railroad situation there, the metro, I don't know, I'm just saying words, is nice because it means you don't have to walk ungodly distances, but it does require you to remember what color of the place that you're going to is. I haven't been there in a long time. I've been flying through, I used to fly through Seattle pretty often, but I've been flying through Vancouver, well, I guess I haven't been flying anywhere lately, but Vancouver or Calgary, actually. I've been through the Calgary airport a handful of times. Yeah, this is my main. We're at the Sun Run. No. I don't know if I knew about the Sun Run. I mean, I've heard of it before, but I've never attended. I flew through Boston once. I've been to Boston only through the airport, but while I was there, I had a deep dish pizza. Or a personal pizza from the hot dog vendor in the airport, which I say counts. Is it too early for Christmas music? Yes. Yes, it is. You know, I am the #1 person on your side for live your life and do whatever you want. I might make gingerbread cookies, but that answer is categorically yes, it's too early. Although, which song is it? There's one Christmas song that I always end up singing because... Oh, no, there's actually a few of them. Because I'll be talking to my cat, and something I say to my cat reminds it to me, so then I'll start singing said Christmas carol to my cat. There's Here Comes Santa Claus, which becomes Here Comes Kitty Cat, Here Comes Kitty Cat, usually when she's like trotting down the hall. And then there's Santa Baby's just like a fun jazzy one to sing when you're bored. I like to think that your main has black scales but dyes her hair pink. Normally a black dragon name convention. Yeah, I know. It would track with me. I have dark hair that I guess I don't dye it right now. I had a dream where I did. I had a dream where I dyed it yellow and green spots, but only on the right. Like I had put some kind of a, it was some kind of a thing that you stick on, and it gave me what looked like an illness. It gave me like these neon yellow and green spots on one side that kind of looked like somebody had just splattered paint on my head. And I remember thinking, well, this isn't right. I don't like this at all. I think it would be fun to have short pink hair, but I am having too much fun not messing with my hair right now to want to get into bleaching or coloring it again. My poor scalp is only just now starting to forgive me. I'll go try another Lunkert, see if we get lucky. The scrolls are not with me today. I guess all you can do is try. Oh, this is the second time I've done that. That bone pile is in... It's behind. It's on the opposite side. You do you? Yeah, yeah. But one day I could see myself. I feel like I would want it to be pink because I love pink hair. I think it's very cute. Especially like a dusty kind of desaturated pink. However, it's nice, but it's not peak flattering on me. I look nice in cooler colors, cooler medium colors. I feel like the blue-green was really peak hazel hair color for just general color theory. Flat top pink punk hair. It's just so curly. It's just so curly, which really changes the vibe of a short hairstyle. It gets a lot less edgy when it starts to look like your gran. I'm in autumn. I can't wear pink hair. Are you really? I saw some YouTube headline about somebody finding out their season or something, and it was all being taken very seriously, and I thought that was just so funny. And I understand undertones and having different colors suit you, but it just seemed like we had really decided these colors mean seasons, and I don't know, it was just like things like that are fun, and they can be helpful for finding colors that you feel are flattering on you, but it's just funny to see like basic color theory being turned into like a, I don't know, it gets taken very seriously, and I don't know, it starts to feel a little bit, I don't know, I'll leave color theory alone. It's very nice. Helpful, not gospel. Yeah. Yeah. Where are my scrolls? I'm the scroll hunter. You know how this luck hit me as too much arrogance, too much hubris, too much thinking that I was the one who finds the scrolls, and refusing to accept that maybe some days the scrolls just have to find you. Oh man, there aren't even any treasures in here. I'm just gonna go upset a bunch of Nagas. Have you checked your scroll lock key? It took me a minute to figure out what you meant. Yeah, I didn't get why this was so contested when it was going well for me. I was like, yeah, you know, you get 10 scrolls a day, do it for 5 days, crank it out, bada bing, bada boom. Problem solved. But yeah, it does seem variable. It's RNG. It'll do that to you. Shall we do... Yeah, let's loop back around to the fishing ground and do another conch. Oh, it's almost noon. I was starving earlier, but it's past now. Hello? You want lunch? No? Oh. Alright. Conch. Hunger pains, ignore it, passes, don't want to eat. I'm still not like 100% from that weird stomach thing I was having previously. It's very strange. I'm like mostly fine, but I'm not quite... I don't know. I'm having a hard time with food. But I'm not losing weight, which is good. I don't think I need to go see a doctor until I start ceasing to live. Which is good, because I don't have a doctor. I don't want to go to a walk-in clinic. I feel like I will just get more ill. I'll just pick up something else that is worse than whatever I have. You know, sometimes people live in the woods and they just get sick and then they get better, and then you just hope for that. This is not medical advice. Do not make my bad choices for yourself. I don't need the pet. I have all of the battleable battle pets. I keep hoping that there's gonna be treasures on the outsides, and that's really not how this works. There are like occasionally a couple, but it's you mostly just kind of want to like loop up here, through here, around there, and then like you just want to do that kind of center weird egg bean shape. And I keep doing big laps that are not what I need to do. Yeah, it's a little fun. I'm bonding with my Razageth skin. I guess I'm flexing it a little bit. Hi. And you know, I can't complain about my key income. I have 134 keys. At least they stack to 100, and I won't be running out of those anytime soon. Let's see if we can pop over here and start doing that loop that I was talking about. Let's do the weird lima bean shape. Oh, there's a... Oh, it's inside Duzalgor's cave. Am I this desperate? Duzalgor's not even up. I am this desperate. Test it. The Noodle Dragon, sticking with the Lightning Lady. Oh, I'll mess around with the new one, I think. Waits to see doctors out here is insane. Hope it's better in BC. It's kind of the way it is here, and I know that they're working hard to try to fix it. People, even my family that have lived here this entire time and never left, it's seen as kind of impossible to get a doctor, like to the point that people just give up. They just kind of won't have one. And then if you need urgent medical care, you either go to the ER if you're about to die, or you'll do a walk-in clinic if you are about to die, but not like today. It's basically the vibe anyways. Maybe I need to do more of my own research, but there have been a few things where I was kind of looking like, well, maybe I could use help with this thing. How would I go about doing that? And then the answer was just so much that I ended up deciding not to do it. It's just not super accessible. But if I do have to go to the emergency room, at least it will not put me in debt for the rest of my life. There's that. 10 hours to get an x-ray for a cracked rib. Oh. Yeah, it sucks when you don't have any options. Do you get a yearly checkup? No. I don't think nobody that I know does. It's kind of a you go when something's really wrong thing. And maybe that's not ideal. And I think at a certain age I need to start getting preventative checks for some things. I need to probably find some specialized doctors for certain types of stuff, but I'm gonna have to, I guess, just ask my family for guidance on that, because there's no easy to follow pathway for how to make that happen. There's an awful lot of roadblocks. Want to get the Gladiator Mog for my Druid next season. Any idea how to farm the coin for it? I don't think I know what you mean. You want to farm coin for Gladiator Mog. Because there's Gladiator mounts. There's elite weapon mogs. There's elite armor mogs, but those are well below gladiator level. I'm wondering if there's like a different transmog set that I'm like just not even thinking of that we're talking about here. Oh, Marks of Honor? Marks of Honor will get you legacy sets. Marks of Honor will get you old gladiator sets. Old PvP sets. I farmed my Marks of Honor by doing solo queue or solo shuffle as a healer. You get kind of these medic kits, these freebie Marks of Honor, just for being a healer that's shuffling, and then you get more when you win. Plus you get honor that you can spend to buy. You can spend 2,000 honor and you can get 5 Marks of Honor. I don't know if I would call it easy, but it was pretty fast. I bought many, probably upwards of 10 sets this season. This has not been my Forbidden Reach day. Oh, I didn't even see that avian trove on the... Oh, it's because it's despawning, that's why. I thought I'd found like an extra special lucky one. How am I doing on? I have 3,300 elemental overflow, which tells me that I have been doing mostly treasures and not so much bosses. Not that either one was really doing me a lot of good. I think part of my problem with my local healthcare also is that I have difficulty navigating bureaucratic systems anyways, or just like government systems in general, to begin with. And then add to the fact that I've been gone for a long time. And I am re-enlisted in my healthcare. I managed to resume my residency and get covered, so I am set up there, but like I have difficult time figuring these things out when they're easy, and this one's not easy to figure out, and it's also not functioning exactly as the people that made it intended for a lot of different reasons, so it gets a little overwhelming to try and get anything done. Yeah. I can't imagine how hard it would be if you were like this and then also had like a language barrier or something. I know that there's resources for that, but just because there is a resource doesn't mean that it's accessible enough to help. Which is kind of a bummer. Cole's farming old mats for legacy crafted monks. Should be fun. Oh, nice. Was Canada mad that you left? Did they call Yank when you returned? Mm-hmm. I got a big old letter with a big maple leaf on it. And it said precisely that. Bruce the First, thank you for the 18-month resub. I've been taking a vacation from WoW, except for my Sunday watch here. Not. I am completely lost on the thread. Maple syruped and feathered. With one voucher for a free free moose viewing. Hey, I got 5,000 gold from all of that stuff that I cleared out of my bags. Not too mad at that. Yeah, we made it up, I think, 6 scrolls today, and almost all of them were in the first hour of the stream, maybe? The first even 45 minutes? How do you feel about the new talent system? Complicated or fun? Honestly, it's a little bit neither for me. It's not complicated because I just use the builds that are prescribed for me on, you know, Wowhead. And it's not really fun because I'm using the builds that are prescribed for me on Wowhead. I'm not really editing my builds much. So I kind of bypass that whole thing. I will sometimes go poke around my points that are on the left-hand side to try for different utility when I feel like I need something specific. Like, I was editing my Raszageth build to just give myself a ridiculous number of orb pops so that I could help out with extras. But, oh, Froststone Vault. That's right. Yeah, for the most part, I just kind of copy-paste the build. Same way I used to. It's just more things that you copy-paste in. It works. Yeah, there'll be a couple different builds that I'll swap between, and it's cool to see how they play differently from each other. For Preservation Evoker, you've got kind of 2 primary builds and then a couple of little variations you can make to it. And they do feel different and fun to play, but I had no hand in, you know, designing them or anything. I just kind of, you know, looked them up and then looked up how to use them and then hoped for the best. There's another treasure in the vault, but I think after this I'm going to wrap up for the day. For the week? I don't stream Monday, Tuesday. Next week I think is our last pre-10.1 week. This is our last week at 10:07. Maybe I'll just, especially if I'm not feeling good and I just want to, like, sit down and game. Maybe I'll just no-life Scroll Hunter off stream. I say as though you can just do that. Just finish Scroll Hunter. Just do it. Just find the scrolls. And then we could do some alt leveling or something. It would have to be starting a new alt because I don't want to work on any more 60 to 70 until I can upgrade my heirlooms, I think. Looking at the ZG stuff, kind of neat. It just doesn't sound like a for me thing. I'm not too interested in crafting legacy items. If anything was BOE, I would maybe shop for it from people that were going to do so. And if it's not BOE, then it's kind of a later me problem. Or a never me problem, one of those. Okay. Any scroll luck? No. I got 1 singular slime. Oh. Yeah, I think, what if, you know in Stardew Valley there's like a luck modifier for the day and you can see it when you first, you know, when you first wake up for the day, you can check your television and check the oracle and find out how lucky you are for the day. And it determines all kinds of things. Today I'm feeling between my snail goo luck and my scroll hunting luck, I feel like my luck modifier is just not quite on. Although I did get Lovey. Maybe I consumed all of my luck getting Lovey to drop. And this is the game's way of making me appreciate my otter. Not get too greedy. Because I do not think we're making it to scroll 32. There's one more over here. I guess I shouldn't be too worried about having to kill mobs to... Because the mobs could drop the stuff too. You mocked RNG when you got so many scrolls at the start. I suppose I did. They could have throttled them like they do weekly profession points. Oh yeah, I guess. So you just get fewer after like a set amount. That would be an interesting theory. I wouldn't really know if that's the case until... Oh, hey, there's a scroll. There we go. One last one to consume that last buff and round off the day. I'm not too mad at that. All right. That'll bring me to 32 when I eventually loot that fish, but I'm just going to hearth for now. I would like to thank you very much for joining me today on this stream. I hope you guys have had a wonderful and relaxing weekend and that you have an awesome start to your week. You can't quit now, you're on a hot streak. I know, right? I shall be back on Wednesday, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.